I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be, what's good? It's the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good? What's good, party people? It's good to see y'all. Man, good to be with y'all. Y'all ready to start this thing off right? What's good? What's good? I see y'all out there. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's start this thing off right, man. Let's do it the right way. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange tears. Bim, let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Right? Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Salute, salute, salute. Let's go. Let's start this thing off with a quote from the great American poet, Grand Poobah. Grand Poobah says, now a lot of people think this is easy as it looks. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks. Session to session to get thoughts manifested. Stressing and stressing to hit the world with a blessing. Bim, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, right? Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let me turn. Yeah, let me shut this thing off, man. This thing a distraction. You know how it is, man. Y'all know how it is. How y'all feeling this morning, man? Seemed like I just left y'all, man. What's happening? What's good? Subliminal 209 is in the building. What's good? Yo, Mike Steele says if we get Ivy, I'll scream. Bim! Let's go. Let's get it. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm with you. So I don't have a tip off today because everything basically be centered around player acquisition and roster improvement. So I don't have a specific tip off. Like I don't have anything that'll set us off, right? But we're just gonna rock. We're just gonna rock. Mike Boy's in the building. What's good? We're just gonna rock. We're just gonna rock for We just gonna rock for a bit, do our thing. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we came here to do. Right? Right? That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna rock. Can we rock? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're just gonna rock. Just rock for a little bit. I'm working on some presentation stuff at the moment. I'm working on some presentation stuff. Wait a minute. Let me undo a thing that I just did. I'm always working on something for you guys, right? Always working on something for you guys, right? Always. You know what I mean? I think it makes the show better. So I'm just tightening this up real quick. We'll just tighten this up real quick, and then we'll get into what it is that we are. Where is it? Here we go. I don't like that color. Let's change the color on it. Boom. Either way, the color is ugly on it, regardless. I don't like the color on it, but everything all right?
No, because I'm saying my stuff keeps saying no internet access, and none of my stuff is coming up.
No internet?
On my laptop, all my web-based programs are timing out, saying no internet.
Okay. Hold on for just a second. Hold on. All right. Hold on for just a second, y'all. Hold on. Having a Hey, y'all, I'm having an internet issue. Y'all stay right here. I'm going to reset some stuff, and I'll be right back. Yeah, internet issues, y'all. Internet issues. But I'm back. All right. Let us start with this. Where is my joint? I want to share. I want to put this on the screen. Joe Madden is in the building. Khalid Pasha is in the building. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? Wacko was in the building. What's good? Corey Lee, what's good? I see you. What's good? Harlem Girl is in the building. What's good? Let's start off by addressing team needs, y'all. Corey Lee, what's good? Let's start off by addressing team needs, right? Troy Flett is in the building. White Falcon, DeCoulis. What's good? Almighty Finesse, and I'm not gonna do a Knicks at Night podcast tonight. I gotta go in and do a couple things, so I won't be able to do that tonight. But I tell you what though, we'll do one tomorrow night, Wednesday night. We'll do one Wednesday night. We'll do one Thursday night. How about that? Father's Fields in the building. What's good? Troy Flett says he's better at the two. Bim. Y'all tell me about the team need. L Train is in the building. What's good? Y'all tell me about the team need. What does this team need in order to make itself better? What does this team need? Somebody tell me what this team needs right now in order to make itself better, right? What's the one thing that we can't leave the draft without? What is the one thing that this team can't leave the draft without? Y'all tell me what it is. Y'all tell me what it is. I want to get a pulse from my people. What do y'all think is the number one team need for the Knicks? What is the Knicks' number one team need? A point guard, a star, a future star. That's interesting. So so Forbes Phil says the Knicks need a future star. A future star. I think I might agree. I think I might agree right there. John Talento, what's good? Good to see you, brother. Pudge Nice says Kyrie. I agree. I agree. I think the Knicks need a point guard, a franchise player, a closer, and a star. I think the Knicks need all those things. Right? Hey, yeah, we got the answer from Vibes and stuff this morning. What the Knicks need is a star player. The Knicks need a franchise player. The Knicks need a point guard, but what they really need more than anything is a star. Right? Like the great Melly Mel, to quote the great American poet Melly Mel said, "A star is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God's smiling on you, but he frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. And Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. The Knicks have been through a lot. It's time to turn this thing around." Let me throw this link in the chat so we can get some of our peoples in here. Knicks will be 2026 NBA champs, says. The question is, what are you willing to give up for that? No, that's not the question. The question is, how long are you willing to be mediocre? How long are you willing to be trash? How long are you willing to be the laughing stock of the league? right? That's the question, in my opinion. How long are you going to sit back and be the laughing stock of the league? That is the question, right? How long are you willing to be the laughing stock of the league? How long are you willing to sit back and not win? How long are you willing to be trash? How long are you willing to be mediocre? Right? How long are you willing to be that? Do you ever want to win a championship? Those are the questions. Because what you're willing to pay is not the primary question. Right? Right? Because if you need something, are you willing to pay everything for it? If you need it. If you need something, are you willing to pay everything for it? That is the question, in my opinion. And plus, nice has another 50 years. That's exactly what it is with some Knicks fans. Some Knicks fans will say, no, I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up Rokas Jokibitis. I want to see what he can give us. How long are you willing to wait to see what Rokas Jokibitis is going to give you? 3 years? 2 years? Right? The team has been a disaster forever, and you want to wait. You want to wait some more time. Now, listen, Knicks fans, we are double parked. We are double parked. Right? In my opinion, this franchise is double parked. Right? In my opinion, this franchise is double parked. You got to hurry up and do something. You can no longer be the laughing stock of your division, of your conference. You got to do something. Joe Madden. What's good, boss?
What's up, Freezy? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm Gucci. How about you? How the kids doing?
Kid doing good. She's doing good. She's still sleeping right now.
Okay, so I'll try not to get you. I'll try not to get you to yell and scream.
Yeah, that's good. What's happening? A lot of smoke screens this morning.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that for the next couple of days. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be smoke screens for the next couple of days, and then afterwards, it's gonna be a lot of rumors about what ifs and things that almost happened.
Yeah, that's the thing for the Knicks. Anybody that's a free agent or anybody that's available or any player in the draft, everybody's connected to the Knicks, and a lot of it is leverage. It's like, you don't pay me or you don't do this, I'm going to New York.
Right.
That's what it is. My fear is I see them going trading back if they don't get Ivy and trying to get Brogdon.
Man.
Listen, point guard. We need a point guard. It's a need.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think we need a point guard.
No, I don't think we need a pure point guard, but it's a position in need. Right. Like, we need someone at the position. Not Alec Burks.
Do you think we just need a point guard?
We need a lot of things. We need point guard. We need wings. We need a big.
Yeah.
This thing ain't being close to done. And even if there's an Ivy move or a Brogdon move or Brunson or whatever, that'll be only one chess move because there's other moves have to be made.
Right. I think I got somebody backstage, but listen, here's the thing. It's like, you know how I don't know if you play golf or not, right? But it's like, you got like 250 to the pin, and you got some water, right? You got some water at about 200, right? Now, you can lay up in front of the water. You know what I'm saying? And then try to get you a little chip wedge in there. Or you can pull out the big dog.
Yeah. Let's go today. Joe, man, what up, baby? Yeah, let's go today. Let's go today. Let's turn up. It's draft week. We gotta have some good analysis, some solid takes.
Ghetto intellect.
What's up,
GI
man?
Long time
is in the
no
building.
see, bro. Long time no chat. How you been?
Yes. And listen, I got some tax returns to do this morning, so I'm dual tasking. But we're gonna give some takes today because I got some things to say.
All right.
I think the first thing GI want to mention, the first thing GI might want to mention is you got to go get Kyrie and you got to go get him now.
You must want me to jump off a bridge if GI was to mention that. Joe know me better than that. What I will say is we got to stop saying that tanking don't matter. Tanking matters. I'm tired of getting to this point every year, and then we seeing a player in the draft that's not even in position number one. Like, I'm not even, I mean, it makes no sense. Like, winning 31 games, we've done this. Do your history. We've done this right after we were great in 96, 95. We did this winning 30 games, 40 games. We did this from 96 to 2001. We done this junk. And it gets you nowhere, man. You get if you're in rebuild mode, play your young guys, and you will lose games, and you'll develop, and you'll find out what gems you got. You can't be trying to build with a Randall and a Burks and a Fournier, and they go out there and win you 31 games, and then next thing you know, you got the 11th pick in the draft and no way to get your team better. So we got to stop with this. This tanking is not a concept. It absolutely is. And if we did last 2 years, we would have had better picks. Well, not the year before. I'm cool with the year before, but this past year.
Right.
Well, Ghetto, we had a plan of rebuilding, and they had a guy that they couldn't move. They brought in a guy in Obi Toppin. They couldn't move number 30. So to try to rehab his value. But the mistake was I wanted at the deadline, and I said it, and y'all thought I was crazy. Move this man before we pay him because it's going to backfire. 12 months later, we're at the problem. It's like we could have done a deal like that Vucevic trade to the Bulls where you get a top 10 pick and you get another future protected pick. Right. We would have lost games, but we would be in a better position. Now, where we're in a position now where it's like we're in purgatory. We're not losing enough of games, but we ain't winning. So in order to get the top talent, we have to move up in drafts. So do you want to give up assets to keep moving up in drafts, or do you want to sit for a year or two, develop the young players, lose a couple of games, get good draft picks, and then in like 2 years start making a run? Or do we have to just keep moving assets?
So where I'm lost at with you and GI is I don't know what the end game is. What's the end game? So
that's the problem. That's the problem. We don't know.
If you think about, go ahead.
No. Well, go ahead, GI.
And I'm gonna be really quick. The end game for me is to get enough talent that we can attract. And the free agency market, first of all, the free agency market in the NBA is really done. Guys get signed and traded. So even if you want to get somebody, you're not adding them to what you have. You got to give up something. So to get free somebody else's, we got to get higher in these, especially in these next drafts coming up. When I'm hearing these names about these Imani Bates, and then we get to draft and stash when these high school kids get drafted again. We got to build through the draft, and it might take 3 or 4 years. We blew last year. Maybe we'll get lucky with one of those, with Grimes or Sims or McBride. Maybe we'll get lucky, but we can't keep drafting 11 and 45 and not bringing in solid free agents and think we're going to get better. We're not.
See, the thing, Gia, do you think we've done okay in the draft seeing situations like Obi looks good if he plays? It's just a situation that he's in. Then you look at Grimes, like these pieces we brought in, like Quickly, Grimes, they look good. And we have a bunch of second round picks which aren't going to be worth much to us, bar trade, because the high schoolers ain't coming out until 2025 at least. Maybe even later because of some CBA and OSHA rule. So now you have to move. We have like 6 picks next year. 5 or 6 picks between the Dallas pick, our pick, and a bunch of seconds. We got to start moving them. We can't bring them all in. And the best way to do that is either look at a superstar or a very good player like a Randall type or upper echelon player, or you got to look at moving it up in the draft. I think the best thing for the organization is to look at moving up in the draft because you're going to get a guy for 4 years that you can develop on cheap money instead of taking in someone that's making $40 million that somebody else developed.
Okay, so let me throw gasoline on this thing because I think y'all are wrong about tanking. Right? I think the tank thing is an excuse. Right? And here's why. The Knicks pick 11, right? And the Knicks won some games that were insignificant, right? But picking 11 is not the end of the world, right? Joe, I'm gonna name some names that were drafted at 11, and you tell me if these guys are good players. Can you play along with me on that? It won't take long.
Yeah.
Just yes or no or whatever. However you want to express whether a player is good or bad at 11. Okay. Is James Bouknight a good player?
I believe so. I think he's being held back a little bit, but I believe so. Yeah.
All right. He was picked at 11.
Mm-hmm.
What about Devin Vassell? Is Devin Vassell a good player?
I think he's a good role player for now. He's a good 3-and-D player. Yeah.
He's got some potential though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was picked at 11. What about Cameron Johnson?
I like Cam. Yeah, he's a good piece, big piece to the Suns.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
another 3-and-D guy.
Yeah, yeah. What about a dude named Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? He was picked at 11. Is he a good player?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him on the Knicks.
Yeah. What about Malik Monk? Is Malik Monk a good player?
Not at 11, but he's still an all right player. He's an NBA player.
Right. What about Domantas Sabonis? Is he a good
player? I like Sabonis.
He was picked at 11.
Uh-huh.
The year before Sabonis,
Turner, right?
Miles Turner was picked at 11. Is he a good player?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doug McDermott. Is he a good player? Dougie McBuckets.
He's all right.
He
jumps around a bit. He can do something a little bit on the court. So
all right. So
he's still in the league.
I'm gonna just name a couple more names and then we'll finish and then we'll get into the point that I'm trying to make. Michael Carter Williams was drafted the year before in 2013. He won Rookie of the Year, and he was picked 11. So he was a good player. Klay Thompson was picked 11. Right? JJ Redick was picked 11. Right? Kendrick Brown, Trajan Langdon, Bonzi Wells was picked 11. Gary Trent, Allen Houston was picked 11. Nick Anderson was picked 11. Reggie Miller was picked 11. John Sally was picked 11. Derek Harper was picked 11. Fat Lever was picked 11. Wow. Kiki Vandeweghe was picked 11. Ernie Grunfeld was picked. Jamal Wilkes. Ralph Sampson. Not that Ralph Sampson. Ralph Simpson. Ralph Simpson was picked 11. Right? Just going back and here are some names that we probably don't even know about. But my point is this.
Jaden Ivey wasn't picked 11.
Jaden Ivey wasn't picked 11. LeBron James wasn't picked 11. But at 11, you can get a quality NBA player. Klay Thompson was picked there at 11. if the Knicks walked away with a Klay Thompson, right? I think the Knicks fans would be satisfied, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm getting at is it's not always about where you pick. It's about who you pick, right? Because the teams that picked the teams that pick 1 through 10 may regret that they didn't pick Klay Thompson, right? If you pick 7th and you pick Mr. Snuffleupagus and Klay Thompson went at 11, I think you may be frustrated, right? So what I'm getting at is this. I understand the tanking thing and people's mindset with the tank. Like, man, listen, you gotta get higher up in the draft to have a better chance of picking a great player. But at this point, what I think what the Knicks need to do is make sure whoever is doing the selecting is a talent individual in their own right. Before we even get to the draft, we need to make sure whoever has the final say-so knows what they're doing. You feel me, Joe? Could you feel me on that?
Yeah, no, I agree. But see, where I'm getting at is it's where I'm getting at is like last year was the deepest draft this in a while.
Right.
And we put ourselves in position to pick in 19 and 21.
Yeah.
And we traded back because most of the talent was gone. Where I'm getting at was if last year, if we were, say, picking in the top 10, like say we're picking where we are now, 11, we would have got James Bouknight at 11.
Okay.
I think I would rather James Bouknight than Grimes McBride. And some people disagree because he hasn't got playing time. But the situation over there is they're stacked with guards and they have a stubborn coach that they just fired.
Right.
And Bouknight wasn't the only player. LaMelo Ball was having problems with him too. And he was playing 35 minutes. He was their star.
Right.
So we'll see this year. But as of me right now, I'd like Bouknight over the two of them.
Right.
So then that's
over the four.
You need to be in the lottery at least to have a better chance. And we have a year or two we kind of pushed out of the lottery. And what I'm getting at or I'm frustrated with the front office was I know they try to trade up, but then they traded out and then they traded back, which is devaluing the pick. And yeah, you got some good players, but you could have got better. You passed up on good players too that are potentially, to me, have a lot more upside and could be better. Like Josh Christopher at 19 or 21, I would have took him. They said, nah, we'll go really, really safe. And that's where I'm getting at. Right. And now I get it. It put us in a good position to say now, oh, we hit and we got okay to good players in the last couple of drafts. Now we can say we can move up.
But Joe, your first round pick averaged 6 points a game. It had a negative net rating of 2.5. How was that safe?
Ooh, Grimes.
Yes.
You got to put the context too. Like he didn't get crazy minutes either, and didn't play a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still upside there. Like I agree. Like I'm not holding on to any of these players. Just not trade up for any. It's not just trading up for any trade it means. But Grimes is still not a bad player.
Right.
So he's not like you bust or you're like looking at that pick a year later being like, oh boy, we have a lot to work with. You're like, okay, there's something.
I disagree. I don't see that. I'm not a Grimes apologist, but you know that already.
Yeah.
You know that already. I just feel like when you have 19 and 21, you could have took two guys, right? Two players that you could have took Josh Christopher and Keon Johnson, right? And they would give you more than what Grimes gave you.
We took Keon and then we traded him.
I know, to the Clippers.
Yeah. But see, the thing was Keon, though, the shooting and the defense is bad. He went in the draft. Well, he fell because of that, but he was just pure athleticism. And he jumped around a little bit and he could be moved again. Yeah. Like he went, Knicks drafted him, traded him to the Clippers.
Right.
Trade deadline, he's traded to Portland. And now Portland are probably going to move him for some sort of piece now again. And that's moved 3 times in 12 months.
Yep. I feel you. I feel you there. So what I'm getting at is, and let me put this back up just so that we can have some visual stuff on the screen. I feel you there. My ultimate thing is I feel like the Knicks are not taking advantage of the assets that are presented to them, the assets that they have. I think they're doing a poor job of asset management, right? And for those that like numbers and assets and things of that sort, their pet peeve is watching assets get wasted or opportunities get wasted, right? Because they know asset accumulation is a tough thing, especially when you're looking at getting a long-term return on the asset that you acquired, right? And so with us, this front office, they didn't go out, they didn't acquire all those first round picks. The first round picks were here before they got here, right?
They got the seconds.
Yeah, they didn't pull off the Porzingis trade.
No.
Steve Mills and Scott Perry pulled off the Kristaps Porzingis trade, and at the time,
did the Morris trade too, right? The one to get quickly.
Yeah.
See, that annoyed me. We had cap space, and instead of signing 2 years in a row, and instead of taking advantage of it and being like, okay, there's no free agents out there. Okay, let's take on bad salary and take on picks.
Right.
They didn't do that. They took on low salary for like $5 million. Teams wanted to get rid of us, so they took some seconds instead of taking on like maybe 2 big contracts and getting 2 or 3 first round picks for it. And then now you're in a situation where it's like you have them extra picks to try and move up, or even hold on to not even just this draft, even move off in any draft or make any trade. You have the extra picks.
Right.
So now instead you have some vets, 2 or 3 vets in the team that you might end up having to move second round picks to move off of.
Right. Possibly.
Instead of using your money smart. Like people kill on OKC. OKC can move up in any draft, move back, move out. They can trade for any star. They can do any move. Why? Because they have like 20 first round picks over the next 7 years.
Right.
So, and they're in a position, and their fans are frustrated about like they're gonna not tank, but they're just gonna they're gonna probably tank this year, try and get another good pick, make a run at it, and when they have enough talent, then they make a big trade. And that's what the Knicks didn't do.
Right.
They didn't sit back and say, okay, let's develop, let's load up on picks, let's take on some bad salary, so we're in a good position to more or less do whatever they want.
Right.
They got greedy and they said, oh, we need to make a playoff run, or we need to look competitive.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. And what they also did, in my opinion, is put themselves in a position to be flexible. So regardless what team called them with whatever team need, they could take advantage of whatever the telephone call was about. Like, say if the Lakers called them about getting a player to help them make a playoff push, they could, hey, we got Derek Favors here. If you just need a quality big off the bench, you know what I'm saying? Send us a young player or a draft pick and take Derek Favors' salary, and we'll be okay, right? We'll be okay with that. Or if a team is calling about first round picks, I'm sorry, go ahead, Gia.
Well, but the reason I don't think, and even if you say we got first round picks, the problem is nobody's beating down our door. Every season we're thirsty. We're looking to make moves. And we don't have enough talent and assets to get done what we need to get done. And then on top of that, we have competition. So I was excited about Jaden Ivey. Then I looked, and 4 or 5 other teams are excited about him too. So then they drive the price up, just puts us out the ballpark. So at some point, we can't keep saying getting mediocre talent, putting a bunch of mediocre talent together. We've got to hit a home run. We have to. Can't keep trying to hit a bunch of singles and think you're going to get there.
Right. See, I thought about this too. Leon signed a 5-year deal. He's going into year 3, right? He has 2 more years. He trades up and draft Ivy. He has 2 years of development with Ivy. Ivy pans out, that then saves his job. But if he doesn't make a move within the next year or two for a superstar and is going into that 5th year without any moves, he's going to get fired anyway.
Right.
So there has to be some sort of move within the next 12 months. If it's not Ivy, there has to be some other move.
Right.
It's like
because his drafting has not been impressive. His drafting
it hasn't been impressive.
Right.
It could have been impressive if Obi got a little bit more time, and I still think at that there might have been a better option or two than Obi.
Yeah. Obi defensively, Obi is man. A defensive man. I promise you, when you go back and look at film, man, Obi Toppin is man. Listen, man. For all the fantastic dunks, Obi Toppin is a terrible defender, bro. Terrible, man. And I want Obi to be a great NBA player. I do. But it's not fair for us to critique RJ and Randall and not critique Obi.
But Randall's defense is no better either. Like Obi's defense is better than it was in college. That's the reason why I think he fell, was his age and the fact that his defense could hurt you in the playoffs.
Yeah, man. Obi's defense makes you just wanna. I keep having to mute, man, because the puppy is back here barking his head off about something. No, I think every time we say Obi, man, he just go off. But yeah, man, yeah. Like for instance, Obi's defense, man, it is so bad that any coach, any NBA coach would question whether Obi is if Obi Toppin is playable at this point, right? And it's not because he don't bring anything offensively; it's just because the effort is there. Sometimes the effort, like it's not like Obi has a low motor. That's not what we're saying. But it's like a guy will fake one way and Obi will go that way with him and he'll go back the other way. And then Obi will be out of the play. And you're like, oh, God, Obi, what are you doing? How you get lost that fast? Like there was a play in the game and we talked about it until I think my eyes were going to bleed, bro. There was a play when a dude from Portland dunked, right? And Obi Toppin turned around and started yelling at RJ, like, hey, why you letting this 6'9" power forward dunk on us? And RJ looked at him like, really, bro? You a 6'9" power forward? Why are you letting dudes dunk at the rim? RJ looked at him like he legit could have punched him in the face. Like, how are you legit asking me about a big man dunking at the rim when you're a power forward? Julius Randle and them, they looked at like Sims looked at Obi like, come on, bro. Come on, Obi. Come on, Obi. We gotta do better. We legit have to do better defensively with Obi on the floor, bro. It's one of these things like the guy is so flawed. And it's a direct shot at the front office. Why would you, if you're the front office, you know you have a defensive minded head coach, why are you drafting Obi Toppin? You know he can't play D. You know he's not a rim protector. You know he's not a high volume rebounder. You feel me? I mean, it was just a bad look, in my opinion.
To me, what how it comes down to it, Obi, he's not a 4. And he didn't play the 4 in college. He played the 5. He's a small ball 5. But you need 4 big defensive wings around him that can shoot and play D.
Right.
Spaces the floor so he doesn't have to shoot and he can create offensive and get to the hoop, and then to hide him on D. That's the only way it works. And that's what they did in college.
Right.
So when he was drafted, I was like, oh, maybe this is the way. Like people saying they're going to put him at the 4. Like maybe eventually they'll put him at the 5. But problem is in the NBA, he's too small because big men are going to just go down on him. Like he can guard and like he's not as bad. He can guard inside. It's just his height is what kills him. Because all these centers and other power forwards are bigger than him. Because he's only he's 6'8", 6'9".
Right.
And you think his verticality, like he should. I thought he'd have a lot better verticality on D. On D, there's no vertical at all. All the verticals on offense. But he can't get up. He can't get up and block a shot in D.
And grab rebounds.
Yeah. So to me, it's running vertical. But when he's off the ground, he can't go straight up. There's no he has no hops that way.
Right.
He needs to be on the move or a bit of a run for him to get up.
Right. And so
even offensive randomly, like offensive rebounds him under the hoop, he can't get up.
Right. Because he's not strong enough. Right? He doesn't have functional strength. Obi looks
the balance, strong. His legs are too small. He needs to put muscle on his legs for balance. So when he does get pushed off, he's not being healed over with them skinny legs.
Right.
So and that's me kind of worried because also we have to think about it too. Obi's 24. At the end of this season, him and Quickly are contract eligible. He's going to be wanting more minutes because he's going to be at the age of 25. Going into his contract year, he's going to be 26. He's not going to be a 22, 23-year-old rookie. He's going to be a 26-year-old rookie extension eligible guy. And he's going to want to get paid because he has a shorter career.
Right.
So by the end of this season, if he's not getting his major minutes, which means on him, he needs to prove on D to get major minutes. But if he doesn't do that, he's going to start wanting out.
It's impossible. It's impossible to get excited about OB next year if Randall's on this team. So that
if Randall's here, it's impossible. You can work with it like you can work with it with Randall off, like defensive. And like I'm not talking. Everyone wants to see him play over Randall. To me, that's not it. It's like making OB work with the team is more important. You can make it work defensively, but with Randall, you can't.
Right.
And that dude has no confidence when Randall's in the rotation.
Right.
He's scared when he's going out there. He's afraid to make mistakes. But when Randall was hurt or they sat Randall for the rest of the season, the kid balled out because he didn't have Randall behind him.
Yeah, offensively, he was balling.
Right. Good morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing? Good morning to Mr. All Dayer, Mr. All Afternoon, Mr. Freezy. I bring it to you. Just soon as you subscribe and the bell go off alert, hit the like button. I'm here. I'm here for you. I got it. Shout out to Mr. Freezy. You hit a inside the park home run. Around the clock, man. Shout out to you, man. Good morning, Mr. Madden over there. Good morning,
sir. What's happening?
Good morning, Mr. GI. Mr. AD, I called you out. My prayers have been answered. I called you, shouted you out. You must have been listening. Boy, I'm feeling great now, boy. You know, Freezy round the clock. He healthy and safe. AD and GI. And man, shout out to the chat too, man.
Yep, shout out to the chat, y'all. Yeah, what's up, y'all?
Peace. Good morning. What's going on? Jay Boogie. I can never come behind you, sir. You the GOAT. You're too much. Absolutely.
I left it light, man. It's good to hear you, see you, brother. Word up, man.
Absolutely, fam. And everybody, GI with the bow tie. What it do, baby? Drop it. Let's see it. Absolutely, Mr. Madden, Uncle Freezy, everybody in the building. Salute to the chat. So where are we? I caught a little bit of what Mr. Madden was saying, so I didn't get the whole thing. Are you Obi shaming again, Mr. Freezy?
No.
Is that what you're doing?
No. What I'm saying is this. This is what I had up here.
Did you ever apologize to Obi for Obi shaming the whole season?
All right, so hold on. Let me show you. So we were addressing the team needs, like what does this team need, right? And And the consensus is the team needs a number one option on offense, a floor general, a point guard, and a closer. Right? The front, we know that as the fans know this, right? The fans know this. We believe the front office knows this, right? But the front office has not made the move to go get that guy. The guy that's going to be the number one option, right? The floor general, the go-to guy, the closer, right? Because we lost games this season, not because of say the kids were too young to understand situations, but in close games, like the Charlotte game where we wind up losing by, I think, 11 or 12 late, but it was a 3-point game going back and forth. The Minnesota game and in the Garden when the Knicks and the Wolves were going back and forth. Then when the Wolves wanted to lose and the Knicks wouldn't let them lose. The Philly game where it was nip and tuck and all we needed was a basket, right? We couldn't get a basket against Philly's defense, right? And this is with Joel Embiid not even being a factor. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't get baskets on Tyrese Maxey and against Tobias Harris, right? And so the front office knows this, and yet here we are. Here we are a couple of days before the draft, and we're still not in a position to go get that number one option for the Knicks are the only team that don't have that guy. And to be honest with you, when have you ever seen a New York Knicks team go this long without a star? The Knicks, man, we deserve a star, man. We need a star.
Amen.
We need box office, man. Now, I know we need to win games. I know this. Every team wants to win games, man. But how are you going to tell me that you can go get a star in Salt Lake City, Utah? You could bring a star to Salt Lake City, Utah. You could bring a star to Memphis, Tennessee, right? You can bring a star to Atlanta, Georgia, right? You could bring a star to Phoenix, Arizona. You could bring a star to Dallas, Texas, right? You could bring a star to all these places, but you can't bring a star to Manhattan. What are we doing out here?
All them teams done it through the draft. You name them all through the draft. And that's where it comes to. The Knicks going to go the same way. And when you said they're not 3 days before the draft, we're not in position for a star. We're in a position for a star. It's just how cheap is this team going to be with some of these young players? Are they going to want to hold on? Or are they going to say, do you know what? Let me pair someone with RJ and let me keep building. Or are they going to say, do you know what? We're going to stop pack and just keep collecting assets and waiting for that superstar.
Right.
But that guy's not coming anytime soon. Like, I don't even think next year Donovan Mitchell's going to be available next year. So what are you going to do? Is Leon Rose, as I said before, like he's 3 years in, 5 years on the deal. He's 3 years in. He has 2 more years. And I don't think he has 2 more years to get the star in. I think he needs to try and get that guy in here now and see what he has and keep going. Because he could be gone within the next year. I could see Dolan next year being like, all right, well, we need to change it up because you haven't done what you said you were going to do or what you're supposed to do.
Right. Right. And so I've been hearing this thing and it confuses me, right? I heard Ron say it, and I think I may have heard Jay Boogie say it too. Right. We mentioned this thing like it's about the name on the front of the jersey and not about the name on the back of the jersey. Right. And I believe in that. I believe in team. Right. I believe in team. But I think where I may be getting off that wagon is I also think we got to have a star. See, we're talking about New York, man. We talk about names up in lights. We talking about the Mecca. We talking about playing on the biggest stage. We talking about on a nightly basis, more NBA fans are gonna watch the Knicks than other fans are gonna watch any other team in the NBA. Right? Sometimes combined, more people are gonna watch the New York Knicks play a random team like the New Orleans Pelicans. More people are gonna watch the New Orleans Pelicans than more people are gonna watch the LA Lakers play the LA Clippers. Right? And we don't have a star. The Pelicans, they have a star in New Orleans, Louisiana. They have stars in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but we don't have a star in Manhattan. What are we doing? Have we forgotten what this whole thing is about? We all love basketball, right? We all love we love basketball so much that we will go out and play it. Right? Some of us have played this thing organized ball when we were young, right? Right? Some of us youngsters are still playing weekly, monthly, daily, right? We love basketball, but basketball is not the most important thing for us. The most important thing is our Knicks winning a championship, and you can't win a championship without stars. And for those that are telling me, Uncle Freezy, be patient, let Quentin Grimes develop. No. I'm not being patient, and I'm not waiting on Quentin Grimes to develop. I want a star, and I want one right now. I deserve that.
Well, how you have changed your tune, and it only took you a whole NBA season. You know how many times I've come on this platform with you, Freezy, and you treated me like I was Leon Spinks looking for my teeth off the canvas? My guy, with the hat. God rest his soul, former heavyweight champion Leon Spinks. You know how many times I've told you that we need a star, but the fan base is so they're so mesmerized by the names in the leadership, and they believe that give them 5 to 7 to 8 to 9 years. And eventually they'll do something. You know what'll happen in 5 to 8 to 9 years? We'll be old men.
Right.
That's what we'll be. We'll be old men. We'll be like our uncles and them, sitting around with the paper bag in our back pocket, still waiting for a championship, still talking about 73.
Right.
No, you need only stars is gonna get this done. Stars. I don't care how we do it. I want that flat earth talking superstar down in Brooklyn. As I said yesterday, all is forgiven. Every bad thing I said about you, all is forgiven. Every bad thing you said about New York City, all is forgiven. Come uptown, make it happen. Let's start there. That's one star.
Right. I'm with you. I'm with you. My deal is with where we are as a fan base is we think that all these ham sandwiches that we have on the roster are going to turn into a 5-course dinner. They are not. They are ham sandwiches that are going to continue to stay ham sandwiches. Yep. That's what they are.
Looking for mayo.
Right. That's what they are. And I'm not knocking Quentin Grimes, but Quentin Grimes is the poster boy for this movement. So I don't have nothing personal against Quentin Grimes, but Quentin Grimes is not Michael Jordan. Quentin Grimes is not even Donovan Mitchell. Quentin Grimes is not Zach LaVine. Right? And so, and I'm not knocking him because I'm sure he's a pretty good person. Right? But what I'm saying is Quentin Grimes is not getting ready to lead this team to no NBA championship. Quentin Grimes was a late 20s pick for a reason, because he's limited, right? And if you're telling me that we could go out and get Kyrie Irving, who matches all those things Knicks fans have been crying about. Oh, Uncle Freezy, we need a closer. Oh, Uncle Freezy, we need a point guard. Oh, Uncle Freezy, we need a floor general. Oh, Uncle Freezy, we need a dude that can go get us a bucket, right? And if Knicks fans cried about this thing since I've been doing the show, all those 4 things. Oh, these are the 4 things we need, Uncle Freezy. And you can go get all of that in one guy, and you say, nah, I'll pass because I want to see Quentin Grimes develop, that means either you are lying then about the stuff that we need or don't know what you're talking about, right? Or you are okay being mediocre. Either way, I can't rock with him. I can't. The Knicks need a star. The Knicks need a Kevin Durant level guy in the building right now. The Knicks need a Kevin Durant level player here right now. This is the longest we've gone, and God knows how long that we haven't had a guy that's going to be top 3 jersey sales guy. The guy on TV, the guy with his own sneaker deal. That's what we need. We need a Ric Flair type guy. We need a Michael Jordan type. But this is
well, that's a short list, right? That's a short list. So who's on that list? That can't be a long list.
I just happen to have this.
Thank you. What a segue.
I can't with Freezy and these props, yo.
G.I., you know and AD, you know we come prepared, baby. We put
it together, Freezy. God damn it.
He just was waiting for G.I. He just was waiting for G.I. to say, well, Kevin Durant, that's very specific.
Right. Well, I mean, but bro, you the field general, you the pass first point guard that helped the channel stay afloat, bro. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. So the thing is we gotta go get a guy. If Kyrie Irving is available, you gotta go get him. What are we waiting for? We gonna run it back with Alec Burks at point guard?
Freezy, getting Kyrie Irving's doing exactly what the prop said. It's throwing darts at a board.
Right.
You're basically saying all these assets we accumulated, all the money, we're saying, screw that, we're going to bring in Kyrie Irving, the guy with the biggest baggage in the NBA. I get it. Unbelievable talent. That guy can drop 60 in his sleep, no problem. Problem is, how many games are you getting? He's a guy that could come in, start the season, All-Star, and then retire at the All-Star break. You don't know. You don't know what's happening, so it's a high risk.
All-Star break?
He'd be the type of, you don't know with him. Kyrie Irving could retire at the All-Star, but you don't know with him. You could retire at the All-Star break, retire next year. You don't know.
Right. Here's the thing. With that, Joe, because you're talking about his availability, right? Like he won't be available. His availability is up in the air. And not just him not being available, but the uncertainty that comes with, like, is he going to be here? Is he not? Is he going to be here? Is he not? Right?
It's the locker room stuff too has a lot to do with it. When we have young players, we don't need to bring that in and kind of screwing up like we already have Julius.
Right. Yeah, and so the thing about it is, how are we gonna question if Kyrie Irving is gonna be here or not when Kemba Walker missed most of the season? That was your starting point guard on opening night last year, right?
Yeah, we were giving him $9 million, and he's going to be out of here anyway. We're already moving him.
Right. So you already had uncertainty at point guard, right? What about his backup? What about Derrick Rose? Did Derrick Rose play 82 games?
No.
Right. So what are we talking about? So, I mean...
Then you're proving my point. Why are we going to pay $40 million and give up assets to bring in another uncertainty with other baggage? There's more to just the availability. There's his trial. It's not just injuries too. It's like Celtics in a playoff series. He's going to film a movie. He uses the pandemic when, like, I get his stand. We're not gonna, like, with the vaccine, whatever. But every other player in the city done it. He was the only one that wouldn't do it. Every Nick and every net done it. So he made a stance, and it's just history. And then there's just some baggage with it. I don't think it'd be good bringing him in with the young players we have in the locker room.
I don't think
that's where I'm getting at. Too.
I don't think those young guys are worth building around. Right. And let me Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, I got to show love to the big guy today because I was all over him yesterday in his blind spot with his Kardashian Irving. It's Stephon Marbury all over again. I would say this to that, man. The NBA is a star-driven league, and if you don't have them, you're not going to win. It's as simple as that. In today's NBA, it's not like Hoosiers. You're not going to win a championship with 7 the ham sandwiches, whatever, the Quentin Grimes. You're not going to win a championship with 7 Quentin Grimes.
What about Andrew Wiggins or Golden State has an issue? They got to pay Andrew Wiggins and they got Klay Thompson. Why don't we go after one of them? Do you look at them? Are they Durant level? You know, Durant level is high.
Durant level is high. Yeah. I think we need to shoot for the stars, man.
Kyrie is not Durant level because of the weird stuff that he brings with him. Takes him off Durant's level.
Right. What about the stuff that Kemba Walker brought this year, though? Like, after the season is over, we find out Kemba Walker was divisive in the locker room. If it wasn't for Johnny Bryant being the step in between Randall and Kemba and Tibbs and Kemba and RJ, some kind of weird triangle of people disliking and not trusting each other. If it wasn't for Johnny Bryant, this whole thing would have got out in the paper that Kemba Walker was divisive in the locker room.
I was a no on Kemba too, though, Freezy. You know that, so that's. I have a hard time responding to that because I didn't want Kemba either.
Yeah. The only reason why he even came is because we were the only option. If he had any other option, Kemba wouldn't have signed with the Knicks. Y'all know that. Because he trolled us.
Same for Kyrie, though, Freezy. He wouldn't come here if he had other options.
Yeah. I mean, good touche. Good point. I feel you. I feel you. But I don't believe that Kemba Walker and Kyrie are on the same level basketball wise right now. Or last.
Oh no, not even close. Kemba, you don't even know if he can play. At least Kyrie, when he's on the floor in the arena, you know he's going to ball out most of the time. The problem is getting him to the floor. Like, you don't want to be. You're going on a 30-game run. You're balling out. You're on a playoff run. And next thing for 2 weeks, it's where's Kyrie?
Right.
You got to put an Amber Alert out for Kyrie.
Right. But listen.
That's Kyrie's career. Kyrie takes Kyrie time off. So if you're bringing him in, like, we need the time, but if you're going to do it, it's a 1-year deal with incentives. Or if you're going to give him a long contract, there has to be incentives, like an NFL deal. You can't give this man $42 million fully guaranteed for 4 years. You can't.
Right.
If any team would do it, Brooklyn would be doing it already.
Right.
That's the problem. If Brooklyn don't want to do it with KD beside him, why does anyone else want to do it? So that's the issue. The issue is him. It's like he could re-sign with Brooklyn, but Brooklyn want to give him money, but they want incentives or a shorter deal. And he's like, no, I want my fully guaranteed 4 or 5 years.
Right.
And that's, I think, where the issue's at. And Brooklyn's ownership and GM's like, no, because I'm not paying you fully guaranteed $42 million and you're not going to show up.
That's the thing with him. I believe they'll give him the whole 4-year deal. But the stipulations that they have with it, I don't think Kyrie wants to deal with it. That's what I believe. I think they'll give him the 4-year deal. It's just, they want to include so much things. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to Stephen A. Smith, he opened the door for that for them people right there. You know what I'm saying? He caused all this. You know what I'm saying? But okay, we need an all-star.
Superstar,
all
right?
A megastar, right? So with us needing that, right? Let's see what we can do. Kyrie opts in. He opts in for whatever he got for the next year.
Right.
And Brooklyn still wants to trade him. Let's start there. What are we giving up for him since, you know what I'm saying, you want to make this move? Because once again, we're gonna go back to that same name that nobody wants to maneuver. Like when I said about that 4th pick and all that there, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna have to go back to that same name, because if Steve Nash is still over there coaching, he's gonna want his son-in-law. So we're gonna have to start there. So if y'all want to talk about bringing Kyrie over here, let's figure out what's the move we're gonna bring him over here if he opts in. because we already know if he opts out and becomes a free agent, we got to do all this other stuff to clear up cap space to get him.
Right.
So what are we doing?
I think it starts with the Dallas pick, the Dallas first round pick next year. I think that's where we start, right? And then I also think that you'll probably have to give up a 2024 first round pick, and then match salaries, right? So Julius Randle is scheduled to make $23 million, and as a base salary. His base salary is $23 million. He's got a 15% trade kicker. So you're looking at some upwards of 25 and some change. So we'll say 26, just so we can make the math, easy to calculate, right? I'm looking to give them those 2 first round picks, Julius Randle and Derrick Rose, for Kyrie. And if they want anything more than that, then we'll be fine with what we got.
That I see that's possible. That's a major possibility because one thing for sure, the leverage is not on the Nets side, because
no, it's not.
If he's the problem, then y'all want to get rid of him. So
right.
Y'all going to take the loss for us taking. You know what I'm saying? I can pretty much see that right there happen. I'm for that.
Right.
I'm for that.
Right. And so those picks that we offer, we can replace those in theory, because if Dallas continues to be a Western Conference Finals team, say they were a Western Conference Finals team this year, right? Say next year they're a Western Conference Finals team. That means their pick will be somewhere between 26 and 30, right? We already have second round picks that start at 32, 33, 34, 35, right? That's only 6 picks away from what we already have in the second round next year, right? So I'm asking Jay Boogie, in next year's draft, would you be willing to wait 6 spots in exchange for getting Kyrie Irving to be your starting point guard? Yes, that's easy.
Oh, yeah, don't even ask me that. I already know
that's too easy.
That Dallas pick is going to be championship or bust, so I know they ain't going to be nothing.
Right, yeah, right. So we give them that pick, and we give them that pick, we give them a first round pick the year after. So in theory, we're giving them 1 first round pick in theory, right? It might be a stretch, but you can understand where I'm coming from, right? So in theory, you're giving them 1 first round pick and a pick that's going to be so late that it'll be equivalent to a second round pick, basically, right? Right. And then here's the thing: you give them that first round pick, that's 1 less 4-year guaranteed contract you have to deal with in the long term, right? Because every first round pick is guaranteed 4-year deal, right? So you get rid of that pick, you slide back, say 6 or 7 picks, right? Because you still got a ton of second round picks in next year's draft.
Right.
And you give them a first round pick, and you give them Julius Randle, and you give them Derrick Rose, right? And that's exactly what they need in Brooklyn. They need a big that can score and rebound. That's exactly what they need. Because this year they played some Kevin Durant at center this year.
Right.
People forget about that.
So, sorry, Freezy, what was the deal? What was the trade?
Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, Dallas's first round pick next year, and the 2024 first round pick.
For who?
For Kyrie Irving.
Oh, no, it's too much. No, I'm not trying to do Brooklyn any favors and try and reload them up on assets and get off of Kyrie.
No.
The thing is, you match salary and maybe the Dallas pick in a couple of seconds. Like, I don't think you need to put in, because the thing is, too, is like, where's Brooklyn's leverage and where's Kyrie's leverage? Nobody is leverage.
Nobody, but the Knicks don't have leverage.
I'm not giving them, and why would I give them a first?
Because it's a late first that'll be scheduled to go between 26 and 30, but you still have to pay that player a guaranteed 4-year deal.
Yeah, but it's a late first and a really deep draft.
Yeah, but in that really deep draft, you have 8 second round picks starting at 32. or projected to start at 32. So in theory, think about this. If they win the NBA Finals, if Dallas wins it all, they'll pick at 30. You start at 32. So in essence, instead of picking at 30, giving somebody a 4-year deal, you'll start at 32 with a guaranteed 2-year deal. All you're doing is moving back 2 spots or waiting 2 spots to get Kyrie Irving to be your starting point.
So you're trading the Dallas pick, and then the Nets are giving you back a second.
No. We have 7 second-round picks in that draft.
When, next year?
Yeah.
The 7?
7.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
They got some moving.
Yeah, it's nothing with all them picks to move back up and get in position with that Dallas pick again.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You can take in that because in theory, so here's the thing. We can't look at it, we can't use it like the argument to be convenient. We have to have the argument be level for everything. So if you say this is a very deep draft, right? Joe, this is 2023 is a very deep draft, right?
Top heavy, top 10, I think. And then after that, I'm not too sure. You got to see how it plays out because the high schoolers aren't coming out like they thought.
Okay. So
you got to see the top 10. The top 10's deep.
All right. So if we use that theory, then why are we even worried about a pick that's going to be between 26 and 30? Why are we even worried about it?
I'm not. That pick's going to be 25 to 30. Dallas are going to be contending. So that pick now is devalued. It's garbage.
Yeah. So why we even?
First time I'm hearing it, I didn't realize the high school kids weren't coming out.
Yeah, they're not
right. No, they won't be. They won't be coming out. Yeah.
So LeBron's not playing with his son then.
Well, yeah.
I think LeBron's son's 2025. I think.
Yeah. So and so what I'm getting at is if the pick, either way you make, if the draft is deep and they pick at 30 and we start and we have the 30 pick and the 32 pick, what's the difference between waiting 2 spots and having Kyrie or drafting at 30 on a dude that's not going to be Kyrie? Right? If you pick at 30, you're not drafting a Kyrie Irving at 30. You're not. Kyrie Irving was
you're
number
not
one
drafting
pick.
a Kyrie Irving. Very. I don't think you're drafting a Kyrie Irving in any of the next coming drafts. Like his talent is rare, no question.
Right.
Okay,
yeah, but Freezy, the way you, I'm sorry, Jay, but I'll be real.
Go ahead.
But the way you're selling Kyrie Irving, I just get a feeling like you're selling 2012 Kyrie Irving. This is 2022. I mean, it's just not the same value.
I get it, man. He scored 60 points in the game this season past.
Why don't you go after Spider with this? There's other players you could go after with this vigor. Why Kyrie?
Because Spider's not available. Knicks fans are drumming up this Spider Mitchell to New York thing. The Utah Jazz never said that Donovan Mitchell was available.
No, I'm just saying if you start throwing out all this value, I don't know.
Right? No, I feel you, but what I'm saying is the Utah Jazz never said. See, Brooklyn has intimated that Kyrie might be available, right? But the Utah Jazz never said at no point. Nobody can point out an article where it says the Utah Jazz directly said Donovan Mitchell is available. They never said that, right?
And the media also said there's only 2 teams stupid enough to pay for Kyrie. That's the Clippers and their desperation, and the Lakers and the Knicks.
No, I think the Knicks is just leverage. I think the Clippers and the Lakers could be real. I don't think the Knicks are in on it. I think this is an agent push like everything else. Y'all pay me or I'm going to go to the Knicks. Like we see this. I don't think that's something they're going to entertain.
See, that's back to using us because they know we're in desperate need, of a point guard, and we'll do anything. So now let me give you another question, Freezy, because I'm trying to see what you're doing as far as this whole situation. Now comes the contract. We already know he got a problem with the contract dealings with the Nets. So if we trade for him, and he's still not signed to a deal. First thing first, what is the contract we're going to give him? And second thing is, I know you're going to go get him to sign that paperwork before that deal is done, right?
Well, he is a player option at like 36, so I think he's going to pick that up. If he doesn't, he's kind of stupid because no one's going to give him more. A team's going to want him to pick up that option and play for a season before they agree to extension. Yeah, so they'll be like, pick up that option, we'll take you on. You play the year, we'll give you whatever you want at the end of the year if you meet whatever we want. That's what could end up happening.
But still, what are you going to give him? Because his main thing is, I want more than 1 year.
He wants 40 plus 4 or 5 years guaranteed.
Right. So he's not even thinking. He's not thinking about this opt in 1 year. He don't want that. He wants 4 years or more.
But he might have to, because no team who's going to go out. The only teams that have money this year outright without dumping money or a sign and trade is Orlando, Detroit. They're both in and I think Houston is some money. No, Houston is John Wall. So they don't have that money, but I think it's just the two of them. And they're in rebuild mode. I don't see them wanting to take some Kyrie Irving.
Well, see, that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I'm asking Freezy this question. Because he has to have his money situation mapped out because Freezy wants to go get him. So yeah. I'm just trying to see where Freezy as far as what he's doing. What is your money situation? What you're doing with him?
Okay, so here's the thing with the Kyrie Irving situation. Why it's brilliant. So you trade D Rose and Randall and those picks that don't mean nothing for Kyrie, right? And listen, if Kyrie decides not to sign back with the Knicks, if he decides not to, you have Kyrie for this year. Guess what you did ultimately?
You free cap space.
You freed up $36 million in cap.
So
right.
So you get off of Julius.
And you got Joe, man, be reading my mind. Joe, stop it. Am I that simple?
You're talking me into it, Freezy. You're talking
you can do that. That's obvious. With Russell Westbrook.
Oh well.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Russ, and you get a pick out of them, I think, or a young asset out of the Lakers for taking on Russ.
Yeah, but the thing about Russell Westbrook is I don't think he's the player that Kyrie Irving is. And so the thing is, Kyrie Irving is not old man River, right? Kyrie Irving is not Russell Westbrook's age. Kyrie Irving just turned 30. He just turned 30. He won't be 31 until next March is when Kyrie Irving turns 31. He just turned 30. So he's not old man River. He's still in his prime.
Yeah, but what Kyrie is going to do to you, he's going to go play his ass off next year, hustle you off. You're going to have to sign him. You're going to do what Julius did, and then you're going to be roped in. Russell, is one and done. Kyrie, you're going to get – the fans going to get mesmerized into a potential future. Go with Russ. It's the safer option to really start over fresh.
Unless they can get Kyrie and a player option, you move off of Julius, you bring Kyrie in, he balls out, and some contender bites at the deadline, and you get like 2 picks for him.
Right. Joe, see, not Joe is reading. I promise y'all, I didn't email Joe notes before the show. I promise you I didn't. Joe, honestly, did I talk to you before the show?
No.
But me and Joe, Joe is like beating me to the punch with the stuff that I'm trying to introduce to y'all. So Joe, are you saying that if Kyrie balls out in a contract year, that he'll ultimately have value at the trade deadline? Is that what you're saying?
Of course he'll have value. Some team will want it. Some team will feel like, oh, we're Kyrie Irving away, $36 million. We'll trade late picks for him. And worst case scenario, he's expiring money. That's what they'll do.
Right.
So they'll try and win a chip with him, and then if they want to keep him, they keep him. So someone could bite.
Right.
My fear is the Knicks will be winning, like with Rondo. The Knicks will pay him, and we're doing this all over again.
But say you signed. Say you decide. Say you like Kyrie and Kyrie likes MSG. then you can give Kyrie a 2-year, $95 million deal. And people will be like, $95 million? Are you crazy? $95 million, bro. That means he plays one season on that deal, and the next year, guess what? He's an expiring contract all over again.
No, it's a great take. Here's my only problem with it. It is a great take. But if Kyrie knows he's going to play on a 1-year deal on his option, he's going to stay with Brooklyn and play with KD. He ain't going to go to another team to play on a 1-year option. And the other move would be, and then that way he would get his value up and try to prove to them. I just don't see if Kyrie's going to move, it's because he's going to sign a 4-year deal and then he's going to get put in the sign and trade. I don't think he's going to move on a 1-year option.
No, but so G.I., here's the thing. So the cap will increase in 2 seasons.
What's going on with your lights, yo?
Mine?
Yeah, you blinking.
You know why, Jay Boogie? I entered the building.
Hey, CWC, what's good?
What's good, Uncle Freezy? What's good, Jay Boogie?
What's good with you?
I don't know. Maybe this bulb is about to blow.
What up, yo?
What up, guys? What up, chat?
Ain't nothing to it. G.I. What I'm saying is the cap will increase in 2 seasons. That's the reason why you tell Kyrie to take this 2-year deal. So when the cap increases in 2 seasons, he can become a free agent again. So instead of making $47 million for 2 seasons.
Oh, you mean that you're negotiating the sign and trade?
No, not the sign and trade. Not the sign and trade. I'm telling him, listen, instead of taking right, you're already getting $47 million from us for a year for 2 seasons. Right? For the next 2 seasons, you're getting $47 million. But after that contract is over, you can negotiate for $55, $56 million a year. Right? That's the reason why you don't sign a 4-year deal. Because we're not getting ready to lock you in at no 4 years, $220 million. No, we ain't getting ready to do that. Are you crazy? But what we will do is give you 2 years, $95 million. And then you can go and negotiate that 4-year deal after this thing is up, or 3 years or however many you want. You got to take advantage of the market. Like for those that know markets and market values and such, you want to be fluid when it comes time for you to take advantage of markets. And that's what you talk to Kyrie Irving's agent about. Right? Here, sign this 2-year deal for the max money that we can give you. Right? At 2 years. And then after that's up, after you ball out in New York, after you get, listen.
It's a great take. It's a great take. I just got a problem chasing the guy 2 years after we didn't want him. I guess that's where I'm having my emotions are getting in the way.
What you said? Well, you signed Kemba Walker. Did the same year Kyrie Irving spurred you to go to Brooklyn?
I didn't want him
spurred you to go to Boston.
I didn't want to sign him. We still got to get rid of his contract, by the way, and that's what I didn't want to do.
But Kemba ain't making Kyrie money either, though. Yeah, look at that too.
Because he don't deserve that money.
Hold on. First of all, can I say something? Okay, why are we gonna pay a guy $35 million a year and don't show up for work, and gonna get rid of our assets for a guy don't come to show up for work? Like if a new disease come out like next year.
Wait. Let's answer one question at a time. You said, why pay a dude to not show up to work? That's what you asked, right?
Yeah.
That's what you asked. CWC, that's what you asked. But why wasn't you asking me that question when Kemba Walker wasn't showing up? Why didn't you ask me that same question when Derrick Rose ass wasn't showing up? When Derrick Rose wasn't showing up, you did not ask me that question. And when Kemba Walker wasn't showing up, you did not ask me that question. Now that Kyrie is on the radar, a dude that's going to he's going to moonwalk into the Hall of Fame. He just turned 30. He put up 60 points this year in the game. And you asking me, why pay a dude that ain't going to show up when your starting point guards, both of them, all 3 of them, didn't show up?
For me personally, I'm not for the Kyrie thing, but I am on his side a little bit because that was a health issue why he wasn't showing up.
Right.
It's a difference if he's healthy, he's vaccinated, and he ain't coming. That's a difference.
Right, but
No,
Ron
check
Cleveland
this
said,
out.
Ryan
Check
Cleveland
this
said,
out.
and he
He
said, Ron
didn't. He
Cleveland
didn't
is
want.
a
He
smart
didn't
dude
want to
that
take the shot. That's why he ain't play.
Right, but that's his personal choice. What I'm saying, I can't believe that you
Yeah.
guys
But
are not.
why
are
would we
y'all
sign
not?
a guy
Y'all
like
not.
that?
You not pro-choice. You not pro-choice. In my life, I want to make my own decisions. Ain't nobody forcing me to do nothing. And people don't like it. They don't like me for being my own man. I don't need them in my life. And CWC the same way.
Check this out.
CWC, are you gonna do what what somebody make you do, or you gonna do what you want to do?
I don't think CWC vaccinated.
Yes, I am.
Because the way you always, you know what I'm saying, you always got a scarf tied around your head, Scully on you, shit. I mean, I don't. I just messing.
We messing with CWC.
Yeah.
We messing with it.
Yeah. But what I'm saying though, what happened if a new disease come out and you had to get a shot and he like, nah, I ain't taking that shot. It's gonna be the same thing like Brookman. That's why Brookman getting rid of him. What did general manager say? If you're not available on the floor, why we need you?
Hey,
come on,
CWC,
you think,
man,
KD is mad right now.
Nah, it ain't even that, bro. It's as simple as Brooklyn.
Yes, it is. That's what the general manager say. If you're not on the floor, you're a liability, man. We don't want you.
Man, grown men lie every day. Grown men lie every day, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But why would we pay a guy $30 million a year and he don't show up on the floor?
You're not first. You're not going to pay him $30 million. You're going to pay him upwards to $50 million. Okay,
right.
let's first get that correct. Okay, and second, just what Freezy said. You wasn't saying this like when One Leg Bob was here. No disrespect, Ken, but you wasn't saying when Ken was here with bone on bone. You wasn't saying that when the Knicks
hold on.
$48 million, who's been injured for the last 10 years.
Right.
AD, I was saying this. I say we need to get rid of Derrick Rose because he always injured. Get rid of him. And I say with Kemba, I was like, I wanted Kemba on this team, but I didn't know he was that hurt that bad. So I was like, okay, just say play defense. And if you're not playing defense, sit him down.
I knew he was that hurt that bad.
How did you not know he was hurt? And Oklahoma City was like, yo, we'll do anything to get you out of here. Oklahoma City traded him, and he never put on a uniform for OKC.
So OKC had young guys. That's why they really didn't want him either.
No, they didn't want him because they acquired an
Boston took him off the playoff roster the year before, 2 months before we signed him.
Right. What are we even talking about?
Yeah, but you can't compare Derrick Rose and Kemba to Kyrie. Come on now.
No, you can't.
Kyrie ain't injured. He just doing politics stuff, man.
Yeah, he politic and he doing one, but for right now, he look as healthy as all out what, and desperate times calls for desperate measures. It is time to think out the box. Let me say something. Come Saturday morning, if this team is still the same team with a couple of draft picks at the end of the bench, Lord have mercy.
We shutting it down.
What are we here for? What is this? What would this podcast be here for? And the rest of the Knick podcast that's all over the place, that is begging and hoping and pleading that this team and management takes a step forward. Come Saturday morning, our Knick life is not going to be the same, because if it is, Lord have mercy.
Why Saturday morning? Why not Thursday night? Friday morning? That's when the draft is.
You gotta let free agency, Pat. I think when's free agency? Is it the following weekend?
Yeah. Yep.
I know it's soon, right?
July 1st. Yep.
Okay.
So y'all think Tills and Kyrie gonna get along?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Y'all think Tills and Kyrie gonna get along? If we get Kyrie.
Yes.
Do you see the space he gives Julius? What makes you think he's not going to give Kyrie his space, man?
Right.
This team.
Well, I talking about ego. I talking about like personality, like ego problem.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think.
WC, you know why they'll get along? Because Kyrie Irving has something that Tom Thibodeau doesn't. He has a ring that he earned as the leader. See, Tibbs got a ring, but he was assistant coach.
King James gave him that ring.
What?
Oh my God, CWC. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You didn't see the shot Kyrie Irving hit in Game 7 over Steph Curry? That wasn't LeBron James. That was Kyrie Irving.
Okay, you didn't see that block that LeBron James did? You didn't see that block? What LeBron James did?
That was Game 6.
Did you see that second half by Kyrie? That second half.
That's talking about Kyrie, but a lot of people voted. 7 people voted no Kyrie. 23 people voted yes. So what's that saying? So what's that telling y'all?
That tell you that fans don't know what they want. That's all it tell you. Because the same fans that
no, I'm a fan. I know what I want.
The same fans said they want a point guard. The same fans said they need a floor general. The same fans said they need a number 1 option. And then those same fans said, no, we don't want that.
Yeah. We want somebody that's going to
doesn't that tell you something, though? It's like he's not much of a talent and a superstar, and fan bases don't even want him because the baggage. That tells you something.
Right.
We have to start going with this quick fix, too, man, and start from the youth. Talking about Kyrie, we want Kyrie. Kyrie don't be on the floor.
I feel you. The quick fix, right? So okay, the quick fix. The Knicks hadn't made the playoffs. The Knicks missed the playoffs 9 of the last 10 seasons. And you said quick fix. Where's the quick fix at?
Because we never built from our draft. That's why. We had to build from the draft, Uncle Free.
Yeah, man. That's because you're a young NBA fan, bro. That's the reason why you say that. But
I've been an NBA fan since I was a youngin. What are you talking about, man?
Right. So
oh my God.
So you remember when the Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing, number 1 in 85, right? Do you know who the second round pick was? The second round pick was a dude named Gerald Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins' brother. The next 2 seasons, they acquired Kenny Skywalker and Johnny Newman, right? Then they acquired Mark Jackson and Rod Strickland, right? Then they brought in John Starks as an unrestricted free agent. And they had a young core. They used to call them the Bomb Squad. Y'all remember the Bomb Squad? That was a young core of players, right? Guess what that young core accomplished? Nothing. Right? Y'all remember Mike Woodson, Bill Cartwright, Michael Ray Richardson? Y'all remember that young core? What did that young core accomplish? Nothing. Y'all remember Darryl Walker, Trent Tucker, Rory Sparrow, Ken the Animal Bannister? Y'all remember that? Remember that young core? What did that young core accomplish?
Oh my God!
Y'all remember Greg Anthony, Hubert Davis, Monty Williams? Y'all remember that young core? What did that young core accomplish? Nothing. So when
you can't compare this.
We can't compare these ham sandwiches to those ham sandwiches. Guess what?
See, that's the problem, Uncle Crazy. You keep on calling OB and Grime ham sandwich, but they did their thing. It's just the coach that can put them in.
Because they feelings gonna be hurt. They grown men. These dudes get paid millions of dollars, right? They get paid millions of dollars, bro, to do something that all of us wish that we could do right now, right?
But
what
I'm saying,
feelings being hurt. I want a championship.
Everybody want a championship, but you gotta do it the right way. You can't do it the quick fix. They ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Hey,
man.
Ron, what's good? Ron, Ron, is the
you
best
think the Lakers giving back their championship? You think the Lakers giving back their pandemic championship?
No.
Okay.
CWC, I'm 54 years old. I was 1 year old when we won our last championship. During that time, when the people used to dance at the party, when the song finished, they picked the needle up and put another 45 disc down. That's how long it's been. I can't even cherish that championship, and I was living.
They had 8 tracks.
We was little.
They had 8 tracks.
Yes.
Hey man.
Hey, Ron,
please talk some sense, man.
Ron, you said the best ability is availability, right?
But I can't
right.
take credit for that line. I can't take credit for that line. No,
I'm asking you if you.
Mark Schlereth.
I'm asking you if you said it though.
But
you said it, right?
Yeah, I say that all the time, and it's the truth.
Right, and so what we're saying is like with the argument against Kyrie is that Kyrie Irving won't be available for games, but at the same time, Kemba Walker missed about 35 games and Derrick Rose missed about 50 games. Right? So we're saying one guy ain't available and we mad. No, it's not. They not there. It don't matter. They not there. You're not present. You're not available. You're not available. Right? That's why teachers call roll at the beginning of the class. It don't matter if you had a doctor's appointment or if you in the library. If she call your name and you absent, guess what? You absent.
Like I say, I ain't for it, but it's a big difference from not playing because you ain't vaccinated and then you're vaccinated and you're not playing.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell y'all like this, man. You know, we all had an opportunity. First of all, man, good morning to everybody on the panel and in the chat. Shout out to
Good morning, Uncle Ron. Man.
Good morning, Ron.
Man. It's the Knicks, man. It's the Knicks. Kyrie Irving. Talent. Undeniable. That other stuff that he got with him? Nah, man. I think for me, I'm out on Kyrie, man. I'm out on him. This was maybe 5 years ago.
Fact.
5 years ago, I'd probably take a chance on him because I'd be like, you know what? He needs to get away from LeBron. I can understand that move. But everything that I've seen adding up, and you go back to that situation, you look at everything. LeBron was setting that thing up to pass them keys back to Kyrie and let that team in Cleveland be Kyrie's team. But he moved too quick. So you go to Boston. You get to Boston, that thing was tailor-made. No pun intended to my daughter, because that's her little call sign, tailor-made. But that thing was tailor-made for Boston to be a juggernaut for years to come. He go there, he wrecked that situation. He go to Brooklyn. And everybody talking about James Harden. He's the reason why James Harden left town. Don't forget that. That man wasn't showing up for work, man. It ain't just the COVID situation. That man took off 2 weeks. Nobody know why. He ain't telling the people why he ain't communicating why he left. Man, hey, and you think you going to bring that guy to Madison Square Garden? The minute he pulled one of them stunts, you think we being a clown now? Where people been cutting jokes on us for years? Man, we're going to be a media. That guy will be a walking soundbite for all the negative stuff we don't want to hear. And people complaining about Julius Randle antics this year.
But hold on, Ron. Hold on, Ron.
Uncle Ron, preach on, Uncle Ron.
But hold on, Ron. Let the choir say something real quick. Didn't Derrick Rose the first time he was here went MIA and the Knicks actually brought him back and gave him a raise on top of it?
That was bad organization at that time.
Hey, I'm gonna rebut.
That was a different organization.
But I'm gonna rebut back to you with that. That was Derrick Rose's first time ever pulling a stunt like that. Everybody in the league was shocked.
Oh God.
Kyrie Irving got a track record. And when my track record, when I like I told y'all yesterday, man, the credit report on Kyrie Irving right now for me don't look good. And I'm not doing Brooklyn no favors for taking no headaches off their hand, and then gonna help them win a chip. Because you best believe if you're doing any kind of sign and trade with Brooklyn to send Julius over there, they just got closer to a chip than we did. Yep. And they'll probably win one.
With Julius?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm staying the course. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not gonna get blinded by Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna stay the course, and I'm gonna try to get that fourth pick to get Jaden Ivey and let them chips fall where they may. Stay focused. That's
Facts.
The thing. Stay focused, man.
Ron, when's the last?
Don't get enamored because regardless, people will talk about ain't no such thing as timelines. There's always timelines.
Ron, but the Knicks front office tried to trade up in the last two drafts.
The craziest thing is to say that there isn't a timeline. Everybody got a contract in the NBA. You're on the clock when you got a contract. So I'm not fooling with Kyrie if I'm in that front office. And you may as well. All this might be just for now anyway because it's popular. And then on top of that, there's reports out right now that the Knicks is clearing $25 million to go get Jalen Brunson. So that's what you might want to talk about and leave Kyrie alone. Because that looked more plausible than going after Kyrie.
They don't want Brunson because he's not flashy. He's not flashy. They don't want Brunson.
But you know what, CWC? Do y'all remember why y'all didn't want Kyrie? Okay, I'm waiting. Why didn't y'all want Kyrie on this team?
I didn't want Kyrie because he didn't want us. Because he didn't want us. That's why New York fans didn't want him. He chose to go to Brooklyn.
A lot of fans didn't want him because of how that thing blew up in Boston too. Don't fool yourself.
Hold on, Uncle Ron. 4 years ago, July 1st, when it was 97 degrees that day, I still remember it when the Knicks management had to put out some foolish missive because they let KD and Kyrie walk down to Brooklyn. Do you remember that?
I'm gonna tell you what I remember. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this.
Kyrie from New Jersey. He wanted to play in Brooklyn.
Hey, I was one of them people. You can go on record. I was one of them people who said, if we got to get Kyrie to get Durant, I don't want him because I don't want Kyrie over here to mess up the stuff with these young guys. I don't want that. And we
didn't have any young guys at the time. All we had was RJ coming in the building. We didn't have any young guys.
But I'm telling you what I said. I didn't want him here. I was one of those ones didn't want him here from the start. And my suspicions were proven with what actually to a higher degree with what's going on in Brooklyn. This is the same guy who opened his mouth and said he don't need a coach. And you want this? Man, come on, man. Man, y'all
miss me with that.
This Kyrie talk, man. I'm gonna chalk it up to y'all still asleep. Don't forget the track record.
No, man. Right, man. So basically what you're saying is you're okay with this team being mediocre. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm okay.
That's what I'm hearing. I got to send my man Ron Cleveland some coffee.
I ain't saying mediocre. I'm okay with this team going a different route. I'm never okay with this team being mediocre.
Right, that's what it sounds like.
I'm just wanting us to go a different route than Kyrie. And there's different options out there.
But what's the alternative? The alternative
stability means more than just trying to snatch for something. You can go and pay Kyrie that $45 million that he's looking for, and that man come in with them same antics. You're gonna be on here crying about, man, why we got him.
But you're gonna do the same thing what he's doing with Brooklyn.
But the $45 million don't matter because the Knicks have to pay $120 million in payroll every year, regardless. So it don't matter if you pay it to 5 people or to 1 person.
You said it in your opening just now when you was talking to me. I'm big about availability. The guy's not available, Freezy. That's my biggest problem.
Right.
Yeah, mine too.
But okay, so if his availability is a problem, why is Kemba Walker's availability, Derrick Rose's availability not
two different things? Two different things.
I didn't told you I'm flying both of them up out of here. If I'm in charge, both of them gone. Get them up out of here. That's the problem.
Don't forget New Orleans. Don't forget New Orleans.
Nerlens Noel didn't play. Nerlens Noel played 26 games, and we talking about Kyrie.
26 games. Oh my!
But that's why the organization moving them out.
Trying to gloss over the fact with Kyrie, man. Kyrie.
That's what Uncle Freezy doing.
Kyrie credit is bad in this league, and you see who they want to attach this guy to? One team that ain't been relevant since I was born in '73, right. And then the other team that's known for getting what they want in the Lakers. Two big market teams. And one because he had a prior situation with LeBron. And one, that's where he need to be going at, if anywhere. But we need to stay far away from him. I would rather take a shot at Russell Westbrook before I take a shot at Kyrie.
Oh my God!
At least I know Russell Westbrook will show up for work.
Oh my God!
He ain't gonna be on sick call.
What you got a second house in the back of your house that you want to build? What you want Russell Westbrook to come help you build? What you?
Guess what? I ain't bringing Russell Westbrook here to be no shooter. I'm bringing him here to do what he's supposed to do.
You a Freemason? Is
that AD, let me ask you something. You know basketball. You know the minute they brought that guy to LA to say they wanted him to play off LeBron to be a shooter. That was mistake number one. Russell Westbrook has always been good in this league with the ball in his hand. So stop cutting jokes on Russell Westbrook like he's trash. But you
no. I would never call Russell Westbrook trash. But
some people do.
Russell Westbrook, and I hate to veer, but he's stubborn.
Way. I'm out.
And what do you think Kyrie is?
I'm out on him.
Kyrie is stubborn too.
Kyrie is a champion.
Kyrie
been to the NBA
really?
Finals
From LeBron James, he a champion, right?
Right, because LeBron James hit that clutch 3 in Game 7 with under a minute left to go in the NBA Finals. That was LeBron James. Oh, wait a minute. No, that wasn't.
Kyrie only got 1 ring. How many LeBron James got?
What?
How many this whole league got?
Right. How many Bill Russell got?
How many this whole league got? There's only like 15 guys that got
Uncle
rings
Freedy's
right
trying to
now.
gloss over Kyrie negative.
Russell Westbrook got.
Come on. We don't want Kyrie, man.
Man, how many rings we got?
I'm going to tell you this.
Exactly.
80, I'll tell you this, because I don't want nobody in the chat and the Knicks fandom to get my thoughts confused, because people take pieces of what you say and they'll create their own narrative of what you said.
Oh, yeah.
And they do it all the time.
All the time.
Very good at it, too. I'll say this.
This one say the earth is flat.
If it's talent only, partner, and like I said till the moon come home, it ain't nobody in this league point guard wise that can do it. That guy can do it with the ball in his hand. Period. Not Curry, not nobody. So on the talent level, man, it would be a dream scenario. But I can't look past all that other stuff, man, because your track record, man, you've been doing this. It's a habit.
Okay, Ron, let me ask you something.
And
Ron,
if your team, guess what? This is another thing. If you ain't happy with your homeboy Kevin Durant, who you handpicked and went to Brooklyn with, y'all ride or dies, and you think this man gonna come here and listen to Thibodeau?
I'm there with you,
He gonna manage a franchise.
Ron, I'm there with you.
You got Dumb and Dumber in Brooklyn. You got Dumb and Dumber in Brooklyn right now.
Work, man. Come on, man.
Ron, I'm there.
And they're not even happy in Brooklyn.
And it's valid. But let me ask you something. But let me ask all of y'all something. Do you remember that Phoenix game in Phoenix? When you watched Julius Randle explode and implode, right? Explode and implode after the Knicks just gave him $117 million. Are we serious? You'd rather stay the course with that? I saw this man walk off the floor when the Knicks were winning a game.
I seen a man.
Well, at least Randall be on the court, though. At least he on the court.
Didn't show up. Was on the back of a milk carton. They're trying to find him for 2 weeks, and they was paying him. And that's Kyrie. Kyrie, the type of dude that don't show up to work but going to the window to get his check. I don't want that in the Knicks. Nah, I don't want that, because you know what that's gonna be. If you got a guy that's gonna do that, that's gonna cause dissension on your team, man. What
superstar not a prima donna?
And make it so bad. New York
You
media
talk about a locker room disturbance, man. Please, man, y'all got to stop.
Yeah.
Y'all got to cut that out, man. Go to something else.
Tell me what superstar is not a prima donna. Tell me what superstar is not a prima donna.
Tell me what superstar don't show up for work, and the team don't know where they're at.
Thank you. Don't get quiet now, AD.
I've already cited you, Derrick Rose.
He was at Great Adventures.
He's at Great Adventures.
But Derrick Rose was hurt, though. Right? You gotta understand that he was hurt. Kyrie, he wasn't hurt.
Oh man.
Derrick Rose was hurt. Kemba was hurt. Kyrie just a nutcase. That's what he is.
Y'all killing a dude that's a superstar. Y'all killing a dude that's a bona fide. We haven't had a guy like that since even before Melo, since Patrick Ewing, a bona fide superstar.
Man, hey Kyrie, I'm gonna agree with.
Okay, a superstar that don't show up for work. A superstar don't show up for work.
AD, let me ask you this question. Come Thursday night, would you be happy and okay and satisfied and forget about Kyrie if they moved up and went and got that boy Ivy?
Yes, I would.
That's the move. That's what they've been talking about for weeks.
Oh boy, I'll be doing flips.
Hey, you know who I like?
The course to try to get him. Stay away from Kyrie.
I like Johnny Davis. Oh,
that boy talking
Me
heavy
too.
right now, man. You hear what he's saying?
Yeah.
He's saying
He
he'll be
could post up.
an immediate impact in New York.
But you see my consistency though. I want them to do something.
Oh, they're gonna do something.
Come Friday morning, Saturday morning, when I'm probably coming down off of an alcoholic high, I'm going to lose it on this franchise if they don't do nothing.
Well,
hey, Eddie,
it sounds like you've been drinking, AD.
This year.
I will be drinking. I will be.
No, it sounds like you've been drinking this morning.
No, just a little water. Just a little water.
My fear, AD, though, is that this team, like, if they can't move up for Ivy and they don't like anybody that's on the board, my fear is that they move back or trade out for Brogdon and be like, listen, we need to compete. We need a point guard. That's my fear, what they're going to do.
They're clearing money right now as we speak. They plan on clearing the money to go get him. So that's the
Brunson, yeah, for Brunson, but yeah. Brogdon.
Yeah,
Brogdon out of Indiana.
Is it for Brunson?
No, I don't want Brogdon. He get hurt too much.
$25 million.
Yeah, I don't want him either, but the Knicks, I think, are interested in him.
I'm going to tell you like this.
It's gonna be another Derrick Rose. It's gonna be another Derrick Rose.
I tell you this.
Brogdon doesn't have, like, Brogdon's not the player Kyrie is, but he doesn't have the issues Kyrie is. The only problem is he's hurt.
I don't want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's hurt 3 years in a row. He's been hurt. So that's another guy.
Hey man. You remember when we had your show? When you had your show, and we were saying we want Brogdon and Miles Turner.
Yeah.
But he get hurt too much. Brogdon hurt too much.
That's his biggest problem. Again, availability.
Shout out to the First Lady, Stephanie. Last week I was on her show and I said you got to follow the steps. And the first step was Brunson's dad. That's like Haney just having a fight 2 weeks ago and he was so happy with his dad in his corner. Brunson is coming. And then after that, y'all think he taking 1 year off for nothing? No, he taking that 1 year off to get prepared. Here comes Jay Wright after that. That's my scenario.
Boy, if that happens, Jay Wright.
We tried to get him before.
Yeah, a couple of times.
But he was on a championship run.
But I tell you this, Jay. Brunson, you got to think about that. Brunson thing is a real reality because that is a week and a half after the draft, is where you can sign them free agents. So if they can't get Ivy, they're gonna clear that space and they're gonna go get Brunson. You can book that one.
And Freezy famous words. The cap get ready to go up. So that contract Julius Randle got is peanuts.
Bro, all it is $23 million base salary.
Right.
If he don't make the All-Star team, he get paid $23 million.
Well, what I'm saying, if that cap still go up, that $25 million for Brunson is peanuts.
Peanuts too, right? Yeah.
But my dream, my ultimate scenario, man, I want Ivy. I ain't touching Kyrie. I'm staying away from that. Let Brooklyn deal with their own head case. Because everybody was saying when that whole thing before any reports came out about the Knicks possibly being interested in this cat, everybody was saying, "Boy, I'm glad we ain't got Kyrie. Look at what's going on over there." The minute they say the Knicks name, now everybody acting like it's Kyrie or nothing. Man,
it is
y'all
Kyrie or
stop
nothing.
with that Kyrie talk, man.
Ron, it's Kyrie or nothing.
I'm gonna send y'all. I'm gonna send you the charter by the sea in Savannah, Georgia, man. I'm gonna let you
I need to relax. I need to relax.
Yeah,
I need that dinner
cruise. They're gonna give you some Ativan. Because Freezy, you think you were wide open when Leon Rose made them moves and you was like you had them blue tears coming out your eyes? Man, the minute Kyrie, you gonna be like, why did I put my faith in him?
They gonna be orange tears.
You got that right. But talent-wise, Freezy, man, I'm with you. And it's a shame. It's a shame that we even got to even debate about it. Because talent-wise, there's no debate that this guy would make this team better. But it's all that other foolishness.
Well, we got to debate about it, man, because, as they do as usual, they put us in it. And we coming off another bad season, but here we are again at the end of the season. We're one of the biggest topics again. They put it in. So we got to talk about it. You know, and man, I'm 50-50 on Davis. You know what I'm saying? But of course he would want to come and get here. He already got a big endorsement deal than RJ. You see him with the lavender suit on, the taco. Of course he want to get here and get that big market. I would want to get here too.
Right. Of course he want to get here because the Knicks is full of ham sandwiches.
And you know what
else?
That means
Yogi Bear
take somebody's job. Yeah, I would.
Hey, Uncle Freezy, we're gonna be Subway sandwich next year. We're gonna be Subway sandwich.
To Freezy point, man. Hey, that guy looking and seeing we got more leaks than a Delta faucet, man. Yeah, I'm coming to take somebody's job off this roster.
Somebody's job, right?
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, come on over.
You get Johnny Davis, people gonna be like, Grimes who?
I like Johnny Davis, man. He can get his
me too. I like Johnny Davis.
Grimes won't get rotation minutes.
Mid-range shot,
fade away.
Yeah. So my thing with Johnny Davis is I'm not saying he a bad player. Y'all know I prefer for us to get a athlete in the backcourt, and it's not because and I'm not knocking Davis because if you get Johnny Davis, I mean what he'll be ours and we'll like him, right? But when you have a team that shot guards, all your guards together, including Derrick Rose, who almost shot 45. Derrick Rose almost shot 45%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the team backcourt still shot 40% from the floor. 40. You got a backcourt that can't shoot, and then they made up for it by being last in the league in assists. So they can't shoot and they can't pass, right? And then what we want to do is get another guy just like that to fit in with them. Nah, you got to diversify your portfolio, man. You got to diversify.
Hey, Uncle Freaky, the backcourt is going to be RJ.
I didn't hear you breaking up, bro.
Sound like computer love.
Computer love.
Do you like Johnny Davis and RJ in the backcourt?
No.
Hell no.
You don't?
No.
That can't work.
No. Who and with Grimes coming off the bench? Oh no.
That can't work.
You beating nobody off the dribble.
I tell you, I would take Johnny Davis and RJ like that if I got that boy Poole over here.
I would.
Why we not talking about?
You got what, J Boogie?
That boy Poole over here.
He's he a restricted free agent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, how does reports out of Charlotte saying Miles Bridges they might lose him because of what his money value.
Yeah, they're gonna lose him to the Knicks. That's what I've been saying last night.
You think crazy that
I heard you last night, Uncle Crazy.
Say that again, Joe.
I was going to say just, you think the Knicks are going to try and go after Miles Bridges?
Yes.
I think they should, but I don't know how realistic it is.
No. So, because we have to separate it. Because going after and getting are two different things.
Yeah.
Pursuit and capture are two different things. You asked me if they were going after Miles Bridges. I say yes. Will they likely get Miles Bridges? I say no. But them trying to make a major move is impressive to me because since they've been here, they have not tried to make a major move.
Yeah, we've been playing safe.
Yeah. So that $25-30 million they're trying to clear up, they're trying to get rid of dead money. They know that those contracts are bad contracts, right? They know that the Randall deal is not a bad one, right? But they know Nerlens Noel was a bad contract. They know Derrick Rose was a bad contract. They know Alec Burks was a bad contract. They know Taj Gibson is a bad contract. They know Kemba Walker is a bad contract, right? So they're trying to get rid of them so that they can go at, because my dream scenario, because even if we don't get Kyrie, if we go after Zach LaVine, who's an unrestricted free agent, he's free, just like Mitch. He can sign whatever he want to sign, right? If we go try to get Zach LaVine and go try to get Miles Bridges and get either both of them, one of them, or none of them, it will be impressive because they've never done anything like that before. You feel me? So it's one of them situations where at least the front office is trying to do something. Right?
Even to be in the conversation, Freezy.
Right. At least they trying to trade up to get Jaden Ivey. At least they trying to go after Kyrie. At least they trying to go after Zach LaVine. At least they trying to go after Miles Bridges. Because the alternative, if we don't do nothing, if we just run it back, we're going to have Alec Burks at point guard.
And I won't watch
Oh, God.
If that happens, Freezy, I won't watch a Knicks game for the first time in my life.
Right. And so, Ron, that's what I'm saying. Like it sound like, because when me and you were talking like 20 minutes ago, it sound like me and you were arguing against the same thing, but we not. Right? You want the roster to improve. Yeah. And I want the roster to improve. Now, how we go about improving the roster is two different ways, right? Like that money that's coming off the books. If you do the Kyrie Irving deal, you taking money off your books to go get Kyrie Irving and another player to go get to go with Kyrie, right? Right? You're saying let's be patient. You know what I'm saying on the Kyrie thing. Let's go in another direction. Let's improve during the draft, right? That's the vibe that I was getting. That you like, man, don't go after somebody who's gonna take our money and not do nothing with it because we already got 6 of them dudes on the roster right now, and we hate it.
My more thing is just his availability. That's why if I'm gonna get Kyrie, it's gonna be a bunch of stipulations in that contract. Like you can be a max player if I'm signing him, but we gonna have some stipulations in that contract, man. Because it's got to be parameters he got to reach, man. Games played, all that kind of stuff. Got to be incentivized. I can't just throw no $250 million at you. And with no assurance that you're going to be coming to work. Nah, man, because your track record ain't good. It's just like you go buy a car right now, your credit bad, you're going to get hit with about 24% interest rate.
This is my message to Leon Rose.
And driving ain't worth it, bro.
Ain't worth to ride a bike for that. I'll go get me a moped.
Right.
Leon, you walked up inside this situation and had free availability. Everything was laid out on the plate for you. You messed all this money up and put us in a struggle to try to figure out how to free up money.
Mm-hmm.
This right here on season, because your ass, excuse my French, need to be working. So this is not an off season for you. If you cannot get none of them 4 things done for this team and allow this organization where they'll be back and be like, see, nobody wants to go to New York. All over again, James Dolan needs to walk in here and fire you.
Yep.
But
everybody.
If you can't get none of these scenarios done, none of this, if you can't get Ivy, if you can't get a Kyrie, which I don't want him, I gotta still say that. You can't get a Kyrie, you can't get a Miles Bridges, you can't get a LaVine, you can't trade a headache away. You can't do none of these major moves during this off season for you. You need to be fired up.
I'm cleaning house. Everybody got to go.
Fly him up out of here. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. When Jay Boogie was talking, one thing, I didn't like how Phil ran the Knicks, but I can guarantee you, Julius Randle wouldn't have pulled that stunt with Phil Jackson.
No,
he would have been on the first thing smoking. If Phil was in his front office, Julius would be traded right now.
Hey, Ron, and you know what? I tell you something different. My belief is this: if Phil Jackson was here with Julius Randle, Phil Jackson would have sat down. You know, Phil Jackson is esoteric. He lived for these mind games, bro.
Yeah. He would have messed with his head.
Yeah, I think he would have sat down with Julius Randle and at least tried to play them mind games like he played with Scottie Pippen with him. Leon Rose's biggest thing is, though he is a great negotiator, Leon Rose ain't no people person, bro.
Yeah, he ain't no good communicator.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell by those awkward and like when he doing these things, man. I just can't trust him, bro.
And that's why he got Worldwide West, because Worldwide West is more of a people's person, easy to talk to. But Leon looked like he uncomfortable in a room full of people.
Right. That's
Worldwide West on Delancey Street right now playing 3-card Molly. He's just trying to hustle somebody. Nobody listening to what he's saying, man, at all, man. But you're right. If Phil Jackson would have been here, First thing he would have said, big fella, great season last year, big fella. Matter of fact, go over there, you know what I'm saying, and represent us and see if you could be a good luck for us, you know, when they turn in the cards to see if we get a draft pick. I appreciate you being the face. Second thing, he wouldn't have never brought no Kimber over here and put no jersey on here and disrespected that man, Julius, like he did.
No, so, he wouldn't have done that.
Phil wouldn't have done a lot of things, you know, but he would have done some crazy things, but he wouldn't have done all that stuff.
He would have done that stuff.
And you know what else he would have done, Boogie? He would have made some trades. He wasn't going to sit back and watch everybody else get better and we stand pat. He was going to make some trades, especially, I guarantee, the season we just had, when we all knew as a fan base, mid-season we wasn't going no playoffs. We weren't going no playoffs. Some people was going to be up out of here on the first thing smoking.
Right.
He was going to
think about it, and how you know the evidence you got for that, Freezy? When the guy took over, look what he did as soon as he got here.
First thing he did was cut Kadeem Allen. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, why you cut Kadeem Allen?
Get out of here.
Got Chandler up out of here, all them guys.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, you talking about Phil? Okay,
yeah, Phil. Okay, when Phil got here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look what Phil did with accomplished guys that have done something in this league. Phil would have got them guys up out of here. Their head would have spin so fast.
Yep. Let me, hey, Bill Robinson. Hey, welcome to the video chat. How you doing, man? Can you hear us? So we got Bill Robinson in the thing. Can you hear us? All right. Going once. Going twice.
I can hear you. It's just real low. Give me one moment.
Oh, okay.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil Jackson would have had Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox definitely starting. If you want to stay here, you better make sure they start.
Hey, they weren't gonna sit. Hey, they weren't gonna sit on the bench and do nothing with Phil.
No, and I'll be honest with you. For the things that Phil Jackson did and didn't do, the one thing he did was stop all this foolishness.
Yeah,
right. Phil Jackson was the complete opposite of bring all your homeboys in here type dude. Remember, Phil Jackson was the dude that cleaned. Phil Jackson is the dude that cleaned CAA out the first time.
Yeah,
right. Remember, he got all these CAA dudes out the building. Like we can't even sign players from other agencies because CAA is in here.
And I remember the first thing that guy said when he took that press conference. One of the first things he said, "We're not giving away draft picks. We're not trading. We're not spending money on old players." He said, "We're not doing that." That guy valued the money in the draft picks.
Right, and the thing Phil Jackson valued the most out of players was high basketball IQ.
Yeah,
he was like, I don't care if you're an athlete, I don't care if you have skills, you got to be a smart player. That's the thing that Phil Jackson pressed.
And Freezy, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about Phil. Man, if what he wanted to do would have happened, the Knicks would have been because y'all remember he was the one who said KP wasn't gonna get through. Wasn't gonna have a long career, and he was about to trade KP to Boston for Tatum and Brown. If anybody don't believe that,
and a first round pick, you remember that Tatum Brown and a first round pick.
He was about to trade him for both of them.
Yep. Tatum Brown and a first round pick. I remember that.
And then we trade Porzingis 2 years later or the next year?
Yeah.
For nothing.
2 years
for a real ham sandwich with cheese.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna try to bring Bill Robinson back in here. Yeah, just be patient with me, okay? Hey, Bill Robinson, can you hear us? Hey, you muted, brother. There you go.
I'm here. What's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. Just wanted to come in and comment real quick.
Okay. All
right. As far as Kyrie goes, if we pay him that much, how much do y'all guys think we're gonna be as far as progress from what we've been doing the past few years? I don't see us being much more than a first round team. And I think that'll be a lot because he's not going to come to the Knicks to be on like a 1 year contract. He's definitely going to want multi-years.
Right.
I will tell you my thoughts quite quick. We might not even make the playoffs. And I ain't even
him and KD didn't even get a playoff win. So I don't know how much he can do for us. We don't seem to be one move away. And we've been pretty good not doing any desperate moves for a couple of years. So that's just my feel as far as that might not be something we want to trade too much for.
Let me answer that part for you, Bill. I think the Knicks with Kyrie Irving is a playoff team. I think their ceiling, however, is a second round exit. I think the Knicks can win a game in the win a first round playoff series with Kyrie and this current supporting cast. Because if you just give up Randall Fournier, and just say the trade that we were talking about earlier, Randall Fournier and those 2 first round picks, right? That means you still have Derrick Rose, you still have Kemba, you still have RJ, you still have Obi, you still have Grimes, you still have Taj, you still have a lot of guys here, right? You just alleviate the logjam at shooting guard and power forward. Now RJ gets to move back to the 2. You get to play. Cam Reddish gets to play. Obi Toppin gets to play. And not only do they get to play and exercise those skills that we've been wanting to see, they have a Hall of Fame level point guard that can help them get better. The thing about Obi Toppin is you don't know what Obi is because Obi Toppin hadn't played within at least average point guard yet. If you get Obi Toppin to play with an average, above average, good, great, all-star or Hall of Fame point guard, then I think that unlocks Obi and Cam Reddish and RJ. So now you can really see what those kids can do. Because giving players more minutes with bad players don't make the player better. Giving these kids minutes with players that help them get better unlocks those players. Now, if you bring in when you bring in a Kyrie, right? All these weird game situations that you see, like you're up 20, but the other team is going on an 8-0 run, and you calling your best play and it's not working. Now you got a guy that can break down the defense, get out of the playbook, right? And then do what's natural. Like Kyrie can just say, hey, man, I'm going to take it for the next 3 minutes. Just give me these next 4, 5, 6 shots to see what I can do, right? He can do that. Hold on, let me. I just want to say this thing real quick, just so that people can understand where I'm coming from. The reason why I want to bring in a Kyrie, because it's not even about, in my opinion, it's not even about a lot of things. It's about in these minute in-game situations where you need a star to do the heavy lifting, and we rolled out Alec Burks. Alec Burks ain't it, right? And so Bill, to your question, what's the ceiling for these guys just with Kyrie alone?
Yeah, I see him being here a good 2 years before he's either disgruntled, demanding his way out, or just becoming a free agent after a year or two and finding his own way out. So we're kind of going to get him for 2 years, knowing our ceiling might be a second round playoff.
But Bill, let me ask you this:
it's a lot because he's gonna make a lot of headlines. He's known for it,
right?
Like you said, he got a track record for just causing headaches, and this is not the place.
But would you want to have 2 years? But here's the trade-off. The trade-off is you get 2 years of your young players getting better with an Hall of Fame type player leading the way, right? So you get 2 years.
I don't like him as a leader, though.
No.
I don't know if I really want him to lead. He might,
on the court,
get the offense moving, bring out some things from Obi. I did feel you on that point.
I'm talking about on the court.
But this is the thing, Freezy, to that point, and that's what I want to say.
Good for him as a leader.
Kyrie has never shown that he can lead a team, and that's the thing. That's why I said I don't think we make the playoffs. Not because he's played the same way he's played his whole career.
So wait a minute. So Kyrie's not a Hall of Fame player?
That ain't the question.
That's the statement I made.
He is
a Hall of Fame player.
LeBron,
he can sneeze in the NBA and be a Hall of Fame player.
Right. I even gave an example about Kyrie saying, "Let me take these next 5 or 6 shots." That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is he's not proving that he can carry a team, Freezy. And if you bring in him here to be the number one, he has never carried a team as the number one option. He folded. Before LeBron came back, he was in Cleveland, couldn't get to the playoffs.
That team was terrible. Ron,
Boston, he got to Boston with a stacked team. Didn't take them nowhere. He basically was same thing with Brooklyn.
Hey, Ron, name 4 players off that Cleveland team, not named Kyrie.
I can't count one.
I know. That team was terrible. That team was terrible. But that wasn't fair, man.
Kyrie, the only thing I remember on that team.
You know that wasn't. You know that wasn't fair, man.
That's a good one though.
Yeah, but
that
the
Cleveland, I
thing is,
can't
the
really
thing
hold
with,
him for that Cleveland thing initially though, because he was young to the league. But the point is, he just haven't, as the lead dog, show that he can take. Can he change? Hey, who knows? Wait and see.
Right.
But the talent is there. Freezer, I'm with you on the talent though, man. That's the thing that would make it in that front office. If you Leon Rose, who you done struck out two free agency, you ain't been able to get no big fish in here, and you got the opportunity to get Kyrie. I don't think he walk away from it, man. I really don't.
He gotta do something. And so Bill, let us break down what it is that you said, because the stuff that you're saying, I got you. I feel you on it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to have them be talking points, right? As opposed to you saying all of it at once and then us not addressing what it is you're saying, man. We're gonna be here for a while, so I just want to at least speak to the points that you brought up. Not that I don't want to hear you. I just want to make sure that we do it one at a time. You okay with that?
No, I hear you. Yeah.
And so how long you been a Knicks fan?
Oh, all my life.
So you've been a Knicks fan since what, 2010, 2020? 2000.
Yeah, definitely.
So I've been a Knicks fan. I mean, hardcore. I've been a hardcore Knicks fan like since I was a little boy, since about 1975.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm talking about hardcore, going to the Garden, watching games. You know what I'm saying? Spending my $4 at the game, buying the orange, blue, and white wristbands. Remember all of them? And you know what I'm saying? And coming home, taking the game program and taping it on your wall. Y'all remember when tape used to actually stick to something? Y'all remember when you used to buy the tape and the tape used to actually stick?
That Scotch tape.
Yeah. Nowadays you buy tape don't stick to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they created Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, but I remember getting the game programs and it'll have like somebody on the cover for like different games or whatever. Like, you know, some games it'll be Bill Bradley on it. Some games it'll be like Clyde on it. And if you're lucky, Clyde would have autographed like 300 of them, and they'd have a table set up. And as you walk out, they would give you one of those that Clyde signed before the game, right? I ain't never got one. You stand in line, they go so fast, but you know what I'm saying? But I've been a fan since that time. And so I've been through a lot of stuff as a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like as you know, like for instance, there was a time that the Knicks could have traded for Magic Johnson, right? The Knicks could have traded for Magic Johnson, and the Lakers asked the Knicks for, I think, like 6 first-round picks, right? And the Knicks was like, we ain't giving you 6 first-round picks for no Magic Johnson. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. And the year before that, the league had created this thing called the Stepien rule, because the guy that used to be the GM of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Ted Stepien, he didn't care about draft picks. He cared about players. He would take a bundle of draft picks and trade them for somebody. Dude ain't want to be in Cleveland and be without draft picks, right? So they created this rule. So the Knicks would have had to give up a pick in 89, 91, 93, 97, 99 for Magic Johnson, right? And the Knicks didn't want to do that, right? And then they go into the 90s. And they had about 15 different point guards during a 10-year stretch. Now, did they make the NBA Finals 2 times in the 90s? Yes, right? But imagine if the Knicks would have had Magic Johnson at point guard in the 90s going up against Jordan. That's all I'm saying, right? The Knicks always have the opportunity to go and do something, and then they don't do it, and then they regret it later. We backtrack and talk trash about it later on. Right, like the 1996 NBA draft when we had 3 first-round picks, and we tried to trade up to 10, and the team at 10 said, give me all 3 first-round picks, and you can have 10. And the Knicks didn't do it, and Kobe Bryant went 13th in that draft. The Knicks could have legit walked away with Kobe Bryant and didn't, because they preferred to draft Dante Jones, John Wallace, and Walter McCarty.
I'm gonna tell you, John Wallace was the biggest disappointment in that draft, man. Because I thought he would have been one that the Knicks would have hit on, man.
The star. I thought John Wallace was gonna be a star.
Yeah, me too. Because he was a beast.
Yeah.
Didn't John Wallace play at Syracuse?
Yep.
He was a beast, man. Him and Derek Coleman probably the best two power forwards that come out that school.
Yeah, they
From
wore
what
the
I
same
saw
number.
in my time of watching them.
They wore the same number. They both wore 44 at Syracuse, right?
You know what?
I think if my memory serves,
I think he did. Both of them guys did wear 44.
Right. Yeah.
Walter McCarty was a waste of a pick.
Dante Jones was you like. I still don't know what Dante Jones is. And then Ron, all three of them.
Jones was PJ Tucker before he was PJ Tucker. That's why he is who he is. Defense, hard work, dive on the floor, go all out. Let me get a ring.
I see your man PJ Tucker just opted out of his contract, J Boogie.
Yo, he just doing that. He want to re-up. He's trying to keep his toes in the beach, saying, man, you know what I'm saying? I know what's happening with the guys, man.
Yeah. He trying to get more money. I don't blame him.
Yeah, he need one more contract, another 3-year deal. That's what he's looking for.
Ride out in the sunset, retire in Miami.
Bro, I would love to get a Kyrie and PJ Tucker combination in New York, bro.
You just made me think about something else, not freezing. When you talking about, because we all this is hypothetical.
Right.
Now, because it is reported that the Knicks could actually make the move for Kyrie. All they would have to do, if it ain't a sign trade, is just renounce them contracts. Them ham sandwich that you like to talk about. them guys that ain't showing up for work. And they can get him that way without trading the soul off this team.
Right.
Now, the Knicks mess around and pull a stunt like that and get Jaden Ivey. You can have Jaden Ivey play off Kyrie.
Right.
Just saying. I'm still skeptical about Kyrie and his antics.
Right.
But boy, the talent of them two on the floor together would be scary.
Right.
Shout out to Harlem Girl.
Yeah, man.
That would be scary.
Without that number one, though, I don't know if that's the splashy move that's gonna really make it worthwhile. Last time I think we really jumped out the window and made a big move because we had to get some star powers when we went after Melo. By all means necessary, we went after him. If we do that same thing now, Melo, we knew he was going to be the number one. Right. He was going to lead. He was going to be the number one, and we was going to try to put another star or some other pieces around him. Never quite got him that
Melo name because they're trying to bring him back.
Yeah. Right, yeah, but that's a whole different role if we bring him back.
Exactly.
He's just bringing him back to be a veteran leader.
A hired shooter.
They shout out a little bit of a breaking news, they just settled on 20 out of the 24 counts against Watson. So, he only got 4 more that he trying to get cleared and taken care of. And also yesterday I texted in the chat while y'all was on last night, the schedule for the summer league is out, and the Knicks play on the 10th, the 11th. They play on the 8th, the 10th, the 11th, and the 14th, and all summer league teams will at least get one playoff game. And we open up our summer league series against the Golden State Warriors.
Yep, Golden State on the 8th.
Wow. Nice litmus test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody against our young guys.
And you might see Wiseman, too.
You might see Wiseman. You might. Hey, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I would, if I'm the Knicks, I would trade a few of them second-round picks for James Wiseman, man.
I'm gonna tell you what. I got one even better than that. We talking about wings. Right now, the best up-and-coming wing in my book is that boy that just got that championship and was the heart of that defense, and ain't Draymond Green.
You talking about Wiggins?
Wiggins locked Tatum up.
Yeah.
Wiggins is who I'd go after.
Ron,
go.
No, hey Ron, last year this time, I sat here and said, hey, would y'all entertain the Knicks taking on Andrew Wiggins' contract to pair with RJ and signing Kelly Oubre? And then we could roll out Wiggins, RJ, and Oubre as a rotation on the wing. And people slammed me and said I was crazy.
I wasn't slam you because I always felt like he just was in a bad situation. Minnesota was a bad spot for anybody that wasn't named KG.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And think about how good KG was, right?
Yeah.
And think about all those losing seasons KG played up there. Think about how good Kevin Love was. And think about all them losing seasons.
Yeah, I forgot about Kevin Love. Another one.
Yeah. And so
Minnesota is where you go to rot.
Right. And that's why I say the
At
thing
that
about
time.
Yeah, that's why I say the thing about Brooklyn is not just Kyrie based, man. I think Brooklyn is a grease fire, bro. They always have been. Right? They traded all their first round picks for a 35-year-old Kevin Garnett and a 34-year-old Paul Pierce. Y'all remember that? Remember they traded all their first round picks?
I told you what Danny Ainge did, because back then they were still using faxes. When he saw that fax come across, he said, "Huh? Let me hurry up and sign this before he wake up."
Yeah. Hurry up, fax this back. Yeah,
them dudes was eating sticks. And that trade got Billy King fired.
Yeah, it got Billy.
That's what got Billy King fired, and we all knew it.
Right. I man, look, man. I ain't even gonna lie. He said
it is a Cuban sandwich.
Yo, the chat be something, bro. The chat be off the chain, man. But Ron, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm not trying to jump out the window or do nothing crazy, right? I'm just tired of the Knicks letting opportunities pass by, right? And then make the worst decision you ever. So what's gonna happen? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. The Knicks are not gonna trade up and get Ivy, and they're not gonna trade for Kyrie. They're not gonna try to go get Zach LaVine, right? And then what they'll do is trade back and pick up 2 ham sandwiches and say, we're going to rebuild with the youth. And for those that want to rebuild, they're like, yeah, man, rebuild slow. But then when you point out, you like, what team ever did a slow rebuild, right, and won an NBA title? Name them, right? And then people are like, well, OKC ain't never won a championship.
The only team that do that is the team we're looking at now, really. Golden State, they built to the draft, and they were terrible for a long time.
Right, but Golden State's thing, to your point, you remember the We Believe team? Remember they had the Rocket Man uniforms, Navy blue uniforms, and all that. They had that, and then those guys got old, and Golden State was terrible for 2 years, and then they got Steph Curry. Right, so they got terrible in about 2006, and then they drafted Steph Curry a few years later.
But I tell you this, Freezy.
Our finals were 2 homegrown teams.
You know the thing
built
is
the right way,
and that's a situation where the Knicks got confident and stopped and packed. Oh no, we don't need to trade no player, no picks to move up in the draft for Steph Curry.
Right,
we stand pack, and we'll draft. And when they pass, they draft Jordan Hill instead.
We missed him by a pick, man. And I tell you this, thinking about that Wiggins guy, man, he's an unrestricted free agent. Not restricted.
I always liked Wiggins.
He's unrestricted.
Wiggins gonna be good, bro. I think they're gonna try to.
Golden State might have some money issues because I know Klay Thompson's making $35 million plus, and he ain't like he's a piece, but he ain't the same player he used to be anywhere close. So that's big money that they have to maybe figure out trying to move before they get Wiggins or sign Wiggins again.
Yeah, Wiggins gonna want that back for sure.
It was reported, during the night when they won the championship, that Wiggins and Poole was in there talking about it's time to get that money now. You know what I'm saying? But
Wiggins been getting that money.
Yeah, but now I'm talking about he's free. So I need another bigger payday now. And the thing is, I believe they'll go with Wiggins before they go with Poole, because you got a lot of guys you're going to need somebody that's going to have to deal with guys like Kawhi and all that next year. You're going to need that. And that's the only really guy that they have over there that can check, anybody from the 3 to the 4 that's major over there in that West. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He would be perfect on this team for what we've been looking for.
Hey, let me. I just want to say something to y'all just real quick. I just want y'all to bear with me real quick, and this is the reason why I say the Knicks have to do something. Just check this out, right? So at 13, At 13, Kobe Bryant goes to the Lakers, basically. At 14, Sacramento selects Peja Stojakovic. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him, right? At 15, the Suns select Steve Nash. At 16, the Hornets again select Tony Delk. At 17, Portland selects Jermaine O'Neal. At 18, the Knicks select John Wallace. At 19, the Knicks select Walter McCarty. At 20, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Zydrunas Ilgauskas. At 21, the Knicks select Dante Jones. At 24, the LA Lakers select a dude named Derek Fisher. Right? And the reason why I bring that up, right? I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, knock nobody points and none of that stuff. What I'm getting at is this. We right now, we are in a situation where we can move around and go get the guy that the franchise needs, right? But per the usual commentary from the Knicks and the Knicks fans is the asking price is too much. And for those that missed what I said, the pick before John Wallace was a dude named Jermaine O'Neal, right? So you telling me, New York Knicks, you couldn't put 2 first-round picks together to trade up 1 spot to get Jermaine O'Neal, right? This is our ever-evolving conversation, right? The Knicks always miss out on a player by the skin of our teeth. And now we have all these assets and we won't go get the guy that we want. Right? Right? So what I'm saying to you is this. You have these assets, right? Go do something bold. Stop being the almost franchise. Right? Because you know what, Joe Madden, do you know what an almost winner is? You know what an almost winner is, right?
A loser.
A loser. That is what an almost winner is. A loser.
For years, we did the desperate moves, though. I want it to be a worthwhile one if we do. Like the draft, I'm for the aggressive draft moves.
Right.
Those I'm for. If you see a guy that could be a main piece, possible star, you do what you got to do.
You do what you got. The Lakers traded. Think about this. In that same draft, the Lakers traded their starting championship NBA Finals center for a young kid out of high school that didn't play a minute in the NBA, and Kobe Bryant. They traded Vlade Divac, who was the starting center of a repeat championship team. The dude took over for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's replacement. And the Lakers traded him for a dude that ain't played 1 minute in the NBA and was barely old enough to be drafted.
See, that's what you call, catching your momentum. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lakers did. They caught their momentum. Could you imagine what we'd have done if we'd have caught Julius Randle momentum coming off the MIP, that All-Star? So, different situations, happen for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Our situation, man, we just ain't had the guys that know how to pull the plug, you know what I'm saying, and make them gut check moves. We just ain't had them boss type dudes inside the office. We only have the type guys are scared that be scared to make such and such moves because they scared of what the outcome gonna be. Forget what the outcome gonna be. The outcome can never come forth if you never make the move. Just believe in what you're doing and pull the plug and do what you gotta do. Like I still say, we still could have had Bradley Beal last year. You know what I'm saying? But instead we wanted Grimes. We wanted Grimes. We wanted, you know what I'm saying? We wanted quickly. We wanted them guys, man. Instead, we moved all the way back for them picks. Come on, man. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, man. And so what I'm getting at, man, is ultimately the winners take chances. If you ever saw a Muhammad Ali fight, if you ever saw Muhammad Ali right? I grew up as a kid in the 70s, right? I saw Muhammad Ali get hit with a left hook by Joe Frazier, and I thought Ali was dead. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I saw it with my own eyes. When as soon as Ali got hit, I started crying. He's like, "What you crying for, boy?" You know what I'm saying? I saw Ali get hit by that left hook, and he laid out flat. Like he laid out flat like a mummy. And the referee got the 5, and Ali got up off the canvas, and Ali went on to beat Joe Frazier, right? He went on to beat Joe Frazier, right? The thing is when you at the highest level, you gotta take chances. Ali was trying to throw a right hand. Joe Frazier hit him with a left hook before he could get it off. It was kill or be killed, right? He was trying to kill Frazier. Frazier killed him first, right? And you the Knicks, you have all these assets, and instead of making that bold move, you want to keep your guard up and get hit. That's what the Knicks doing. We keeping our guard up and trying not. We're not trying to hit nobody because we trying not to get hit. Right? You keep playing it safe, and guess what? You're gonna lose the fight. That's just how it is.
I'm Freezy. That's the like that boy Ivy was yesterday when they done that interview. When you watch the whole interview, they never asked him about the Knicks. He brought up the Knicks and maybe a situation about them moving up and started talking about them. So that to me is a call out. Yeah, the Knicks could be in it. Come get me.
Right
now to me, if that move isn't pulled off, to me it's the price got too steep. And we'll eventually find out close to what the price is.
Right.
And if Grimes or Quickly and Obi and a couple of picks was too expensive, then we're never going to make a move because everything's going to be too expensive.
Because everything's going to be too expensive. Hey, Joe. Hey, y'all. I gotta get out of here because I gotta go run into the job.
Baby, dip. I'm gonna holler back.
Baby, dip. Hey, Bill. Make sure you come back and join us, bro. We like talking to you.
Take it easy, guys.
No doubt, man. Hey, Freezy, what you gonna do, Freezy? Freezy, what you gonna do, Freezy? What are you gonna do, Freezy? I got 3 spots. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I gotta get back with you. Let me get back with
you. What are you gonna do?
I don't know yet. I got something that came up.
Okay.
Yeah. I gotta buy some stuff for some people that say they love me. Hey, Dad, Pa, you know I love you, right? Yeah, what y'all need?
Get at me, man. Just get at me, man.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here real quick. So
Take it easy, fella. Good meeting you, my brother.
All right, y'all.